Welcome back to Spelljammer 998, session 42. 2 weeks ago on Spelljammer. You guys finished the personal task and generally cleaned up any business you might have had planet side in the nation, not the nation, the continent of Corvair, before blasting off with your fleet to essentially chase down a crew of Neogi who have kidnapped Aaron de Disowned, formerly Decaneth, and are attempting to essentially abscond with him and extract some heinous dark secrets from him that apparently only he knows. Sly has agreed, if you guys are able to bring him back to Undare alive, that he will tear up your contract and Mantis will be yours. You will be, for all intents and purposes, an independent espionage organization. This being so close to y'all's blast-off date, you gathered your fleet, you gathered everybody that was willing to come with you to the edge of the universe, to the Storm of Sybaris, and you got the fuck out of town. Not too far off away from the planet, you guys eventually found the opposition Sly had said was more or less preventing them from catching them themselves. As you guys were met with two big Voidforge scavers and two more of the little Voidforge octopi. Y'all found out pretty quickly these things seem to have been designed specifically for torpedoing Spelljammers, which you guys did not like. One of my notes that I really liked was that most of you responded with extreme violence, which I thought was appropriate for a shark attack. There's not too many more notes than that because y'all spent most of the session in that combat encounter trying to deal with those sharks. Y'all's ships were damaged. I don't want to say heavily. Maybe one of them was, had a third of its health gone or something. But it was pretty scary. The civilians on your ship that had never seen combat before did not care for it. And Randy taught Drix how to fix the ships, and they spent the next couple of months essentially crawling around on the Spelljammers and patching up holes, doing they thing, before eventually, once all the shit was fixed and everything was good, the tension on the ship was able to ease a little bit. You guys, through a sort of scaver fishing party, you taught the civilians on the ship and people like Marcus and Thora, who maybe have done it before or maybe had just never had a use to do it, how to fish for scavers. Y'all had a good old time. Echo shot one with a rope bow and then handed it to somebody. I forget who exactly we said. It was Demos to somebody. I think you didn't want to hand it to like Bree or Vera because you didn't want to lose it.
Me and my strength score. Whew.
I just picture it's like Sybil, Demos, Vera, and Bree like all stacked up on one rope, like trying to pull a scaver in. Mm-hmm. Drake's laughing in the background.
Yeah.
There we go. And that was last session. So before I'll say this first. So that never mind. Questions, comments, concerns, shenanigans, anything I forgot?
We did
Hail Hydra.
items. I forgot to tell you what spells I got for. I assume we have enough money to buy scrolls before we left.
Yeah, you had a lot of money.
Bless. I'm just gonna copy some down and I'll text them to you or chat them to you.
I have a question.
Sure.
So the 2 charges of Fireball, is that only 2 charges ever? Does it reset every day at dawn on the Boogeyman's bow?
Sorry, your video is very desynced. Like your mouth wasn't moving while you were talking. Anyway, so to get to what I think you're asking is if you enchant it more, it will get more charges. And I don't mind telling you that. Go ahead.
It doesn't reset at dawn.
Oh, no, sir. It does reset at dawn. All of y'all's will reset at dawn.
Is it dawn or a long rest? I think I've been treating them on like it's a long rest because I think that's how you originally stated it.
I think all of y'all's weapons are dawn. The spears, the void spears, are long rest.
Okay.
Because I'm having trouble with my sheet. It won't clear the 1 charge I did use. It also won't let me use a second charge. So
I've had this problem before on Goldbrand, and I don't remember exactly how we fixed it once.
When that happens to me, I normally toggle features and traits a couple of times, and then I'll have to go in and like quadruple click the box, and eventually it fixes itself.
You have it attuned?
I should. Let's see. Nope, it is not.
Attune it and see if it will let you do it then. That's because, like I said, I know I've had this problem before, but I don't remember. Oh, well, it won't
It's
let
not
me do it.
considered an item requiring.
It's not,
attunement.
which is... It won't let me do it either, which is interesting. I haven't changed it any time recently.
It's working now.
Oh,
I unequipped it and equipped it again.
okay. It
And
must
I
be
did
beyond
features and
problem.
traits, and I did all this stuff. All right, we're good. I was just gonna write it down. Worst case scenario.
Okay, that's actually a good little call out there from Joey's perspective. Is Demo spent? You said 4.5 months, right? Which is about the time we were going to start. We're not going to start at the 4.5 month mark, but that's how much time was covered, quote unquote, at the end of the session. So by the end of that 4.5 months, Demos has finished crafting you all some very unique weapons. And now that everyone's here, I would like, if you haven't already noticed, I did make all of them +2 as a kind of, I was very happy that you guys bought into that concept. And now I have 5 cool weapons to put in the supplement, and just 5 cool weapons to make little side quests out of for future adventuring parties, that may not be you guys, new players to D&D and stuff. So I was very thankful for that. So you all got +2 to your weapon. Echo, yours will get +2 when we finalize yours. It's gonna be great.
I completely forgot that I said that we took Japat's head, and I completely forgot to speak with Dedit, and I think it's been... Actually, it could be anything that died within the last...
10 days? Oh, works on skeleton?
Corpse must still have a mouth, it can't be undead. Within the last 10 days, yeah. Or no, fails if it was the target of the spell within the last...
But also, if you guys want to share the names of your cool-ass weapons, feel free. You don't have to, but the names were fun. I can also reveal them in combat.
Done.
Anyway, the only thing I wanted to cover this would probably happen before you guys, before Demos finished his weapons. So sometime in, probably a week, maybe 2 weeks after y'all's little scaver party, maybe a little longer than that. At some point, there is a day where Vera seems a little introspective. She spends a lot of time by herself that day. And I don't think this matters to any of you, really. It's a little sus. Just for some fun stuff. You guys are flying through space, traveling during the day of mourning, which is the anniversary of the morning. So Vera's a little introspective that day, but couple.
Copper for your thoughts.
Say what?
Copper for your thoughts.
She would probably tell you a little bit about anybody that asked about the artificers of old, the artificers of Seer, the country where Kenneth was from. And she's old enough to have, she had been to Seer several times. The morning was only a handful of... Oh, I've moved the dates. The morning was only a handful of years ago. So, she could tell you about all the people that were there. She could tell you about the head of House Kenneth that died there, and all that kinds of stuff. She could tell you about the creation forges. Yeah, might have seen one. I don't know how they work. But, almost a month later, you guys are kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, the word left me. That you can tell there's some stuff going on. You guys are on the damselfly, and you don't see Sai, who's been riding with you. You don't see Thora, who's been riding with you. It's just kind of unusually quiet until Sai comes strolling in the room. He says, "Can y'all come with me for a minute? All of you, please. This is important."
I don't know I know this is probably nothing, but I don't trust this. Can I cast Detect Thoughts?
You're gonna do that to your friend? I mean, yeah, you can.
I think I have Subtle Spell. Let me double check.
Hmm.
In a couple of weeks. I do not have Subtle Spell.
I mean, given everything we've gone through, I don't think they would be too offended.
Just in case, I will cast Detect Thoughts, and I'll ask them why.
I really should have. I forgot to do this last combat. Are you driving?
I think
Technically, one of
rotating,
you
okay?
should have been. One of you should have been driving during that combat encounter.
What did A1?
A1 is driving the bombard.
But didn't we have Sriracha on our ship for that reason, or no?
Oh, you're right.
That's actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is he comes in with Sriracha, with the idea that Sriracha's gonna drive while he has y'all's attention.
Nonetheless, Detect Thoughts.
He doesn't.
Oh.
He doesn't. Does he get to save? Question mark.
For surface level thoughts, he doesn't even know I'm casting it. It's only when I try to probe deeper that he makes a save. Nope, not manage inventory.
He's making fun of you guys for being so
Paranoid.
paranoid.
Who said we were paranoid?
And you get this like he's very kind of jovial minded.
Shoot, all right, and get up there and follow him.
It seems like Psy, though. It's
Does seem like so.
not some Yogi bastard. Okay.
I don't
He
think they did.
Joey subtly cuts him again to make sure he bleeds red.
all of us have scars where I keep checking that way.
he leads you guys to the deck of the Motley Merc, and then without really saying anything, Sriracha pulls the Motley Merc up to the side of the bombard. He just jumps off to the bombard, to the deck of the bombard.
You're driving?
Sriracha is the one that, like, Sriracha's navigating the ship now for you guys, and he just jumps right off onto the bombard. Waits for you to follow him.
God damn it.
I mean, I always wanted to jump through space, absolutely.
You all do a very small halo jump onto the deck of the bombard, and Cyrilius kind of lumbers to the door down into one of the decks, and you guys see as you look around, the bombard has been brightly decorated. Lots of golds and silvers, not tinsel, but maybe garlands, stringers. I don't know what you call them. They're not Christmas related, kind of the paper things that you string up. Lots of
Streamers?
Yeah, streamers, oranges and golds and silvers and things like that. As you guys get down into the ship itself, you see the interior is doubly done up. The hallways and stuff, it is very festive in the bombard, and Cyrilius leads you guys back to what would be the galley on a ship. And as you guys walk in, you can see all of your crew there that's not flying things or an autonome. So, Marcus, Thora, Psy, Cade, Farah, Bree, Sybil,
How'd you guys
Cosmo.
know it was my birthday?
And they don't yell surprise or anything like that, but when you walk in, Bree gets real excited. She goes, oh, good you're here. Surely none of you forgot what today is. And those of you that lived in Sharn can make a history, or Corvair can make a history check. That's Echo and Demos. It's not a hard one.
Dirty 20 for me.
You said, all right, I ain't beating that.
You really did.
You said history?
Yes, sir. Not a difficult one.
Okay, dirty 19.
It's your birthday,
yeah.
Bree. How could we forget?
You
Cast
both of
pyrotechnic
you.
fireworks.
Happy birth-anniversary.
Well, I like to think you guys, you've been so busy, you've been working on the Demos especially doesn't know how many days is going by, working on his shit all the time. But being out in space, it's difficult to tell. You don't have a sun yet, unless you really try to keep track of the days. They all kind of run together. And you guys realize, looking at all of the decorations, it hits you all of a sudden that it is the Festival of Dole or Ra. So I'm treating this as the kind of like the New Year's celebration of the year. It is like 2.5 months after the year changed. So we are in year 999 now. That happened a couple of months ago in y'all's time. They don't actually celebrate that in Eberron. This is the next biggest holiday following the New Year change. You guys would know that it honors one of the sovereigns, kind of the main sovereign in the Sovereign Six. A day of peace, time for enemies to set aside differences and commune. But you guys can tell pretty quickly that it seems in academic circles and circles without very many enemies, this is sort of like the 4th of July in the sense that it's just an excuse to get fucked up. You can see that Bree seems to
by
have
the way, I see it coming.
seems to have smuggled. There's no customs or anything. A very traditional, highly touted champagne onto the ship, apparently for this occasion. You could, when you guys come in, she's pouring it, and you guys can see that it's opalescent. It's almost iridescent in some ways. It shimmers in the glass after it's poured, and she's immediately handing these Cade and Thor. A lot of them already have the drinks in their hand, but she starts handing them out to you guys, and she says, we wanted to celebrate this. We knew we would be on the ship for a little while, and it was going to land about halfway through, so we wanted something to remind us of home while we were here. And you can see that on one side of the room is a variety of food laid out on the table, and she invites you all to celebrate.
Oh boy. How nice.
I dig in.
Do we roll to get fucked up?
Are there any astral crab cakes?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do we have any Yogi caviar?
I'm sorry. There was something I wanted to narrate that differently. Say that again?
Scaver fin soup?
Yeah. I like to originally I imagined this. Like Sai goes back into the room, immediately crosses to the kitchen, and you can see Sai and Cade going ham in there. Like, they're the ones preparing most of the food, laying it out on the tables and stuff. So there's all kinds of stuff. A lot of stuff you catch in wild space. Astral crabs, shark fin soup, scaver fin soup, astral eel, all curled up on a spit. Like, I like to even think they tried to get stuff that they thought like the dry queen liked, like they might have seen them eat before or something, or stuff they thought they saw them eat before. You can tell that there was a solid attempt from Cade to try to get bug-like food or things he might have seen y'all eat before.
I feel like it was all the kitchen scraps from the eels and everything in just one pile.
I was gonna say, Randy looks at it, he's like, oh shoot, you go down to the bottom of the ship and just scrape all the good stuff off, bring it up here for me? Can't believe it. It's so sweet.
Amos will message Cade, dry queen, eat whatever they kill, so this is all good.
Yeah, I feel like dry queen, as long as it's meat, it's whatever.
It's whatever. There's this little plate where it looks like Cade had snuck into Drix's room to get some of his stored killed and had tried to cook it and season it.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, Amos has been fairly busy the last few weeks, so he'll take this time to spend some time with Sybil and celebrate and drink and enjoy.
Foods. Kiss a good time. What's up?
Detect thoughts last 10 minutes. Oh, we'll just do a quick sweep of everybody, pop in to see if anything seems sus.
They're all celebrating. They don't, just surface thoughts? Nah, they're all, they're having a good time. I was about to say again. Well, I just meant I was, even if Vera, for instance, might in the background be worried about whether or not she's going to keep going or not, but she wouldn't really be, you wouldn't get that 'cause she's not thinking about it at the moment, et cetera, et cetera. So they're all having a good time. Sai is, calm, relaxed. Cade, just happy to be off Eberron, away from those fuckers. Vera, enjoying the celebration time. Bree had 3 of those glasses before y'all got there, so she's having a great time. Just, all around partying on your ship. You're on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Yeah.
And
Y'all are so easy. And it is. Boats and hoes.
If you detect Randy's thoughts, he turns into that meme you see on the internet with the guy standing in the corner with a beverage, and his surface level thoughts are, these guys have no clue that it is egg spraying season back on my homeworld. No clue.
So glands are particularly swollen today. Nasty.
Dirty Randy.
However, and the boys. We've come full circle. Okay.
Do Bree and Bree and Vera seem, I know they were fighting earlier, they're obviously here together.
They've also been on the ship together for several months now, or at least 3 or 4 months now.
But not on our ship. They just checking in. They good?
They're talking to you. They're definitely you know how it is when you go to a party with your significant other. They're spending most of their time together talking to each other, just branching off occasionally.
I spend a disproportionate amount of time passing out Yogi caviar, and then I whisper to Sybil, it's an aphrodisiac.
Their thought process
Where's the games?
The games?
Yeah.
We're doing a fishing competition.
Yeah, I mean, y'all could do, especially like adventurous carry, chess pieces, dice, dice sets,
Yeah.
chess, all that fun stuff. So you all would be familiar with some games like that. You could do a fishing competition. You could do whatever you wanted. Just let me see if there's any specific games.
I think we all
I
have
will
like
open up
dice sets and
chess.com in a
stuff.
different tab right now.
If you didn't have it, prepped, that's fine.
No games.
Fine.
Oh, you're cutting out hard.
Demos will throw a plate off into the distance and say, "We're gonna have a shooting match." Throw a few plates out there. Let's see who can hit the best target.
He did say it was egg season.
Oh,
Gross.
my aim's true. It's steady. It's ready. I'm focused.
Let's
I
go.
think when y'all go, this is just like a bunch of fucking boys. Someone's like, "We should shoot at shit," and you're all like, "Fuck yeah!"
Do we have Tenorite? Tenorite?
So I like to think that Cyrilius and Cade, Cyrilius thinks this is a great idea. Cade is like head scratching a little, but wants to go watch. But Cyrilius agrees to like throw the plates for you guys if someone will throw one for him.
Not me, because my strength is -1. But
I was about to say, most of y'all, I imagine, make your way up to the deck. Sybil and Cosmo might roll their eyes a little bit, but Bree and Vera come watch. Marcus and Thora want to
Deimos
watch.
takes a shot to do his breath weapon to hit the plate.
I love that.
Fire breathing.
Lightning breathing. Thank you very much.
Whatever.
I'm refined.
Well, interesting. What are you going to shoot it with, Demos?
I'm
Guess
gonna
you're
pop a
going first.
fireball. Yeah. Let's see what we get here.
Fireball.
Oh, that's pretty sick. That's a 15. Gross. Can I use a portent?
It's just skeet shooting.
Well, no, but I want to hit it the best.
You want to what?
I want to hit it the best.
Interesting.
I feel like
Well,
this would be
Tenorite again,
unfair.
Devin.
That's what I'm processing here, how I want to do this. Dude, it's not too hard to hit one. But the moving away from you is supposed to be one of the harder ones, but I didn't think it was as hard as... And usually there's multiple. Go ahead and roll another one, Demos. As Cade, off from the other side of you, throws the second one.
17.
Okay.
Deimos regrets not using his magic missile that would have automatically hit them.
Demos, after talking big game, does manage to... I like to think he... ends up finger gunning. Yeah, looks a little disappointed in himself after he realizes that he finger guns them.
Best of 3. Best of 3.
Well, no, you got your 2. Who's going next? Roll twice to hit once for each discus. As Cyrilius throws, as soon as you break that one, Cade throws.
What do we say? Highest combined skill.
We'll see. I'm going to see if anybody misses any first.
Oh, it'll be me. I'll miss for sure.
Hey, what are you? Oh, yeah,
I'll
you're
go.
Pop, pop.
No sharpshooter, by the way.
Gentlemen.
Oh.
35.
2.
It's close, so that
Good thing I got a plus 12.
yeah, that. Ooh. I was about to say, Echo looks like he goes to draw on the second one, and then someone comes up with drinks, and he glances back, lets the bowstring go as he glances back, and still clips the bottom of the plate, knocking a chunk out of it. Maybe not shattering it, but
Randy. Pow pow.
All in a
Alright.
day's work.
I'm gonna shoot a gun.
in space.
I'm sitting here
Hey,
like this.
wasted my nap
wow.
for the night.
There's our okay.
Well, I rolled a 16 after that.
16 hit.
Dude, Randy, you from your holster, you reach out, draw, and the plate in Cyrilius's hand explodes as it's leaving his hand. It looks like shards fly out of his hand, and Cade has to suddenly throw his, and you blast it just as it's coming off the deck of the ship.
For the first shot, I rolled an nat 20, so I'm gonna use my little arm to pretend like I blindfolded myself.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ben, what you got, Doug?
Low whistle from
Shit,
right.
Cyrilius.
Well, now that I have my Eldritch Blast,
Boomerang Cordo.
23 and 19.
Boomerang
Oh,
Cordo.
Those are the two
Solid.
highest.
I think,
Yeah.
flavor-wise, I think I've decided it's like a lacrosse throw. You know what I mean? He'll spin around and hurl his gift, and the ball, the Eldritch Blast flies out of it.
Love that.
Yo, that's
Zephyr
sick.
so proud.
Let's say Cyrilius, you gonna take a shot there?
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Zephyr? Yeah, I was gonna say. Is he tall? Zephyr is tall. He's just not
Yeah,
tall compared to
Zephyr's very
Cyrilius.
fucking tall. He's just gonna kind of shrug and go for it.
Tall, dark, and broody.
Yeah. I guess I'll throw
Good
some
beer.
Eldritch Blasts.
Probably a beer.
Beer, where?
I'm saying dark and broody. That's a good beer. It's probably a beer.
That was a nat 20 for a 28 and a 10.
Ooh.
Same thing, Zephyr, you kind of take from Randy's book there and you blast the first one as it's coming out of Cyrilius's hand, and you turn and Cade is got this big grin on his face, kind of in y'all's direction, not necessarily at you, and you get a little distracted and you whiff the second one. Sorry, Zephyr.
Zephyr's so surprised he hit the first one. He just missed the second. We gotta give it 10.
Participating in team sports.
No. I feel like Zephyr has his clove cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He blasts the first one, and then he's taking a drag off of his cigarette, so he kind of misses the second one.
It's almost like you're dragging the cigarette. Cade throws the second disc, and he goes, "Wait, there was a second one." What?
yeah, that's exactly.
Gotta give it to Randy. You have the highest combined score. Look at you bastard. Dirty Randy and the boys.
Nat
So
20,
I'm
man.
gonna say no. Maybe not any winners or losers, but Randy gets the highest score. If we're gonna score on how well you hit the discus.
Can I roll a couple of times for Randy? Or excuse me, for Kate?
Kate doesn't seem
Well,
very
glad
interested
you
in doing
use
it
when
but
it counts.
Kate's like, I don't need to. I ain't no shot, and I don't I can't do that blasty magic like Ian's. I guess it has a
Bard,
wand.
you got shatter or something.
I got a wand, but it wouldn't be no fair. He's got a wand of magic missile.
Best kind.
But you want to loan me your gun there, Randy, but I ain't never used one of them, and I'm not sure it end well.
Oh, don't worry, buddy. See, my friend Echo over here taught me this real cool thing. I think he saw it in a movie once. I'm just going to cradle the gun standing behind you gently to make sure that your aim is true.
Little arm supporting his arm.
Is it? He looks at Echo. Is this how you taught him?
Maybe.
I like to think Cyrilius throws one and he shoots the gun, and when it because it's like at this point a big old 50 Magnum or whatever, it kicks back so hard that he bobbles it and almost drops it, and he hands it back. He's like, "Fuck that shit."
He does not roll well.
He didn't like it.
Okay. Cyrilius, you get a shot.
Oh yeah, Cyrilius did want a shot. Imagine Cade and Rix can
You can pull out a bazooka as a pistol.
I mean, if we're all taking shots on the boom cannon.
Pass around the gun.
Cyrilius
It is a boys trip. Damn it.
Cyrilius might have his own firearm.
He's gotta have
Aren't they
something.
gun-toting hippos?
I was about to say that is their thing.
Shotguns, blunderbuss.
I did
Oh,
move.
yeah.
I didn't move the gunpowder to a further out planet, but it was kind of on accident. Because I mixed up GIF and GIF when I was first doing all that. Oh,
How dare you?
Cyrilius
Excuse me.
does not roll well, even with his additions that he would get to use with his own. He probably has 2 flintlocks or some shit. He's probably real old school. So instead of a revolver, he's boom, and he throws the pistol down, draws the other one or whatever.
I imagine the hole to put your finger in. It's gotta be that big though. He's got hippo fingers.
Blunder, like you're saying. I wouldn't wonder if he wouldn't have a rifle. I could see him
I was
having
thinking that.
maybe the first time y'all had ever seen he reaches into his bag of holding and yanks out a black powder rifle. Y'all have to watch him do the shit where he's loading it. What the fuck is that? And then when it goes off, it's boom, big old musket fire out of the end of it.
Nice.
This is a little bit
more
of
than
an
one round to load that thing.
it's an old model, mostly for fun like this. He's not slow.
Sybil, you
I think
got
you've
a
been hanging around
fireball.
slide too much.
No, I just
Sybil
start.
shoots slightly
I like-
worse than me.
I like Echo's thought. I just start passing around the revolver, assuming everybody wants to use this giant freaking Vash, this stampede monstrosity.
I like to think
I
that
would sprain my wrist.
there's a point where Vera or Bree or someone is y'all are gonna run out of plate or and
We'll start throwing autonomes.
there's enough mages on the ship that could do fabricate, or you have the void spear that can print stuff. There's enough that one of you magically
Black hole
academic,
3D printer.
yeah, one of black hole 3D. One of you academic types would be I'll make more. and y'all do pass around the boom cannon, like Demos said. Demos is like, oh fuck, he was kind of like Cade, fuck that, you know. Except for my duo Cade, I don't know what his strength score is, but if he's that big, it'd be all right. Drix is probably a pretty good shot.
Harana, let us do it. What's the holiday?
You were right, Dole Ra. I'll put it in chat. Where's chat?
Hush, men are talking.
Fabricate takes 10 minutes, so I just see Vera over there 10 minutes at a time making one play.
Well, if you leave her with the spear, she can just spit it out or whatever. But
I want to keep the charges on there.
So you may not want to be playing with ancient magical, not ancient, but powerful magical artifacts while you fly through space. But I like to think it is a good old time. At some point, Sai probably would bust out the whiskey, reaches into his bag of holding, bottle of whiskey. It's like, I also brought party favors. But y'all have a grand old time. You drink champagne. You have whiskey with Cyrilius, maybe later into the evening. Y'all shoot the boom cannon. You shoot at some plates. Any other feats of skill or strength you would like to do? I like to think maybe Echo starts a knife throwing contest at one of the pillars. You know, paints a target, sets up a target. Like
Randy was good at knife throwing.
I'll get in on that action. I got ice knife.
Once upon a time. At some point, I'll ask Cyrilius if I can.
Just before I became a cowboy,
try to wield his weapon because I know he has one of those like extra long swords.
Does it know Dachi?
Just because it's like ridiculously sized to see how hard it would be.
You can. There's not anything in your character that prevents you from wielding two-handed weapons. It is a heavy weapon, so you have to hold it with both of your main hands. So it is much different than anything you're used to wielding, but you can swing it around and stuff.
I'd probably just smash you into a few barrels somewhere, goof around, and then be like, "No, that's a little too heavy for me, buddy. Take that back."
I can understand.
Too bad we don't have a bard here.
I can take a hint, Mr. Echo. And he was, so I think before I described Cade as like, he doesn't sing, he does more like one-man plays, and he uses different illusion spells to either replicate himself or to make other cast members as he needs them. And so, man...
Could help with some illusions.
Ooh, yeah, I was about to well, he didn't want everybody to help because he wants, he says, yeah, if you two want to come with me, we'll put something together right fast for the rest of everybody. And y'all
might really good one.
Candle lights.
Yeah.
I know a really good play called King Hecatan. I'm going to play it out for you real quick.
I love it. So maybe y'all take maybe an hour to really plan the illusions, where they're going to go. You know, basic blocking. Hey, if it's Cade that knows, if it's you that knows the story, you got to give Cade the right dialogue, all this fun shit. It takes about an hour before you gather all the crew, everybody that's not flying, even some of the autonome crews that run the bombard have stopped to kind of watch as you guys all gather on the deck. As Echo, Demos, and Cade tell the story of King Hecatan and his
So Cade, you're playing this really hot, handsome dude named Davo, excuse me. He's a son of a bitch. He steals all the kills, but god damn it, he looks good while doing it. He's got just throw him in it. Start off with the stone giant killing his pets.
You guys are treated to a what is essentially King Lear but D&D, with Cade, Demos, and Echo all working together to simulate a cast that large. By the time they get done, you can see Cade shaking his head, maybe sweating a little bit. I like to think that, you know, Bree and Vera are just not stunned, but they sit there the whole time like, kind of like, oh shit, these three people are putting on this whole ass play. They think it's very cool. You know, even Thora looks mildly impressed. Marcus looks bored. I'll leave it up to y'all's characters, how y'all think about it. Sybil loves it. Cosmo also probably loves it, looks impressed. But at the end, Cade's kind of sweating a little bit, and he's like, holy shit, we got to tell Mr. Slime about that when we get back. That was fucking cool.
Sometime soon.
I think Randy probably echoes Drix and is like, you notice how there was not a single four-armed creature in that whole production? That's kind of racist.
Not a one, man.
We had a tiefling or two. those are from other planes. That counts, right?
Listen, there's just too much mammalian watching in the entertainment industry here, right?
I could see, like, yeah, the tieflings were there, but they don't pass the Bechtel test. They were just there for sexual appeal. Damn it, she's got us.
Bechtel test?
Well, they wouldn't stop talking about elves the whole time.
Bechtel test test is when two women, you read a book, and if two women do not have a conversation to each other that is not about a man, it does not pass the test.
Neat.
Two named female characters, yeah.
Name
That is
to
fine.
fair enough. I
They
like
have
it.
to be
Cool.
important, have relevant thoughts that don't, apply to dick.
Fair enough. Alright, got a little burps out. Okay, cool. So I wanted to provide you guys just a little bit of opportunity for some role play and some. I didn't want to chuck y'all guys into a combat immediately again after 3 sessions of combat, and it's not over
When are we going to get to this unknowable one?
soon.
Forward.
It's unknowable.
Who knows? Anyway, there's only one more little moment. Sorry, I've switched beers. From brown ale to golden ale.
Classic
Away.
mistake.
Classic mistake. I knew it was a bad idea when I did it, and I did it anyway. So, roughly 4 more months pass, which puts you guys at around the 8th month mark. I'm going to be fuzzy with dates here for a second. Fuzzy with time.
Like 6 more festivals we had.
Yeah, no, there are quite a few festivals over that time.
Amos learns
But,
roughly 19 spells. Constantly in that book.
I teach everyone the drinking game Chandelier. Stack the cups. Let's go. Nobody else has anything else going on.
I'm more fond of Flip Cup. Mage Hand's Flip Cup.
Like, I think Aurelius loves drinking games because he's
More
so
fond
big.
of darts.
Darts. I like darts. Anyway,
I just feel like Echo would
Doors.
be good at darts. Kind of like Bullseye.
yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. Echo would be great. Sharpshooters, everything.
Don't you throw a green love cricket? Come on, let's play. Womp, womp, womp.
It's the food, right? Not the game. I don't know what you're talking about.
We have crickets on here. The whole room full of live bait. Just a chilled room, live bait. It's for the scavers, but Randy and Drake sneak in there and have midnight snacks.
You can always
Whenever they
tell
get the
'cause
munchies.
like before we leave, you just like you go check the room the next day. It's like we're gonna go fishing, and there's like a little bit of dazzle splattered in the corners of the room, and like a small trail leading out. It's like those stinking bugs were in here.
To be fair, it is egg spraying season. They're a little pent up.
That was 3 months ago. Anyway,
Trix and Randy, all they do is get stoned and chill in the walk-in freezer and eat all the bait.
Hell yeah,
Most of my best friends there.
I need to know.
Scooby.
I need to know which character of all the characters included. Could be one of you. Could be one of the NPCs. Brought the stuff to get stoned on. Like which character was stoner enough that they were like, okay, I need 9 months of Hobbit leaf or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I feel like, for comedy's sake, it should be Cade.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah. Bard's always
That's
going
why
for it.
he remains so calm.
I was
I
about
was-
to say retroactively his cigarettes have changed to not cigarettes.
I was gonna say it's
I
either
feel
Kate
like
or
it would
like,
be something.
like the really uptight
something
one, like
Zephyr
Vera for
brought.
some reason. I don't know why. She's just like
She
she
needs
seems
it.
super uptight and she doesn't want to talk to anybody. But like you find out she's been low key, just toking it up in her room.
Token it up, yeah.
Or Zephyr's clove cigarettes don't do anything to him, but if we smoke it, it's like.
This is Astral Clove? Melted to the couch.
We'll have to
Or like
have
Flutter
like
produces something psychoactive or something.
Make some dazzle with
No
some
wonder
weed.
you've been seeing this black snake follow you around everywhere.
Right,
It's
tripping on Cordo, dog.
just picturing this one filler episode that's just all the drug trip. The whole episode is just the drug. That'd be a great one shot. Y'all's drug trip on the ship. Like,
We just fight like random creatures. We fight the killer clowns. Dude, yeah. Just tripping
Oh,
balls,
man.
fighting
Turns
clowns.
out we were all just tripping balls.
It
You
was just
destroyed the ship.
it was just barrels painted.
Anytime you guys from a party, man, I'll just cascade laughter.
God, I imagine at some point halfway through
Drake,
you just
Let's
you
do the
point.
spore thing again. That shit was awesome.
I was gonna say at some point you just point at Drix's head. You're like, bro, did you know that you have like a thing growing up there? Did you know?
What?
is this why y'all are all sitting getting stoned? That's what it sounds like.
You gotta touch it, man. Just poke it a little bit. See what it does.
I'm scared.
I'm telling you, the Decanists run everything, all the way up to the top. They're the ones who did the mourning. They're the ones who killed King Leopold.
Echo's over here like, what was her sister, Demos? An artificer! Are you gonna sit here and tell me that I'm wrong? Sorry. Anyway.
She came down in a bubble, Trick.
Sorry, I had to make my note. Shroom Spore Trip fighting space clowns. I'm writing that as a one-shot. Sorry, I was not expecting... yeah, I wasn't expecting a little drug trip scene in this section of roleplay. It's hilarious. I love it.
Oh,
I feel like in order to get into character, we would have to make sure that we partake in whatever...
that sounds like an in-person session thing, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Get holes in Florida sports.
Else come to my house, Trip, play D&D. That could go really well or really not well.
Or both.
Like 2 hours later, we've done 6 hours of content, or 6 hours later, we've done 2 minutes of content.
I was about to say that's more likely.
One or the other. Sorry, y'all.
Just have philosophical discussion instead of actually getting anything done.
Y'all got me tickled. Yeah, we'd be like the Midnight Gospel. Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all. That tickled me. Sometime after this, imagine this was a month or two ago. Y'all are kind of reminiscing with Cade and Cyrilius. Cade makes a point to kind of go around one evening. And this is kind of each of y'all individually, especially spending so much time on the ship. You're probably not all together all the time, he's doing this for a reason, I guess. But he kind of goes around each one of you, and it's pretty much the same thing. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'll see you at Breakfast Circle tomorrow, right? Some of you more perceptive ones might realize that y'all haven't had a lot of Breakfast Circle lately. You're not adventuring per se. You're kind of all on your own schedules while on the ship.
Sus as hell. I don't know why everything's so sus today lost in space.
I spent this whole campaign making y'all anxious, and now it's paying off. It's great. It's hilarious, actually. But assuming you all kind of do your Breakfast Circle on the Mantis ship, god damn it, on the Motley Merc that next morning, Cade will come show up about breakfast time because he's actually manned on the Wasp, which is Mantis's ship. He's the captain, for lack of a better term, there, and he pops over. He has to do some ship hopping, or maybe the Wasp just kind of floats over there to y'all and he hops off or whatever. He shows up, breakfast in hand, and I like to think if y'all are sitting at a table or sitting around the floor or something, he just sits his back up against the wall and plops down on his butt, and he kind of starts eating, looking at all y'all, and he says, y'all know what today is?
Man, I have no fucking idea. I've been reading scrolls for fucking months. I have no clue.
Today's Brightblade, if y'all didn't know. At least I think that's the right shit.
No Eberron holidays. I only know 5e holiday.
That's the festival, right? The festival where we do
Oh,
the
the
thing.
Brightblade Festival.
Yes.
It's been a year. How about that?
Yeah, he says, I met all of you, every one of you met a year ago today.
So you're responsible for everything that's happened since. I just want to put that into perspective.
He goes from looking troubled to like, hey, hang on a fucking second. We can blame Sly on everything if you want to, but I just do what I was told. I just wanted to tell y'all that I'm real appreciative of having met y'all. Y'all have done a lot for me. Not just give me gifts, he gestures out. Gave me a job, gave me confidence. I don't think I would have been able to go on this kind of journey months ago. Y'all are the biggest reason I'm able to, and I appreciate that. I feel like I'm coming into my own with this. I don't know that I'm going to continue on past the storm with you guys, but, well, I guess I can't if I need to watch Mantis HQ. If we get Aaron, I'm going to take him back to Mr. Sly, and then he gets this kind of big grin on his face. The right people are going to learn to fear the name Mantis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Randy to talk to him first.
I don't think
we changed anything. We just honed what was already there.
Ooh,
Fine.
very nice.
You're a good man.
Changes have been made.
While you're saying that, I know it's breakfast time, but I'm going to pull out of my pouch the bottle of high shelf whiskey that got left for me, and I'm going to pour a little bit in Kate's coffee, saying, well, Guess you start drinking early today. It's a real celebration.
Yeah, he will keep sipping his coffee. I'd be a little careful, Randy. I reckon we're supposed to be there in the next couple of hours. Or caught up in the next couple of hours, if my understanding is correct.
Oh, you'll be fine. A little loose. It's good.
Chugs the rest of his coffee and holds his cup out.
Amos nudges his cup a little closer.
I'll walk around the circle, give everybody a little bit. Especially, I'll look around and say, this might be the last chance we get to share this, based on that news. So, couldn't think of a better group of people to pour this out with.
Anybody have any secrets they want to share in case you die and we need to turn your remains to the Astral Sea?
You're on mute, Barb. Which you maybe meant to be. I don't know.
Oh, I ain't got no secrets.
Zephyr's like, you got all my secrets.
I like how you called her out there.
Grumble.
Or him.
And the secrets that die with me deserve to be dead.
Well,
I like that.
Whatever's
badass.
Whatever's beyond that storm, I'm glad that we're facing it together.
And you guys are, like I said, probably a month from the storm, but you guys gather you're going to be catching the Nightspider rather soon. And something I wanted to narrate that I did not, just because I think it's cool. Over the last couple of months of your travel, when you guys have this conversation, it probably looks a lot like wild space around you. You can see asteroids, glowing iridescent fauna, things that look like marine life, but in space, as is wild space. But you have traveled through sections at this point where there are no stars, there are no light. You might go through pockets that last days of a time of pure darkness with nothing around you. In one memorable occasion, most likely, as you're moving through one of these pockets of void or of darkness, you guys watch a big kind of marine eye crack its eye open and watch your ship as it passes. Again, these don't last the whole time. You guys find yourselves moving through pockets of these things. But as you're getting further towards the edge of wild space, you find these pockets more frequent, lasting a little longer. And the stars, the fauna, the asteroids, the fauna and flora are a little farther apart. You see them less often as you approach the edge of wild space. But before the edge, there is the Nightspider.
Can I make a check to see if I know what the big eyes are? That freaks me the fuck out. Oh, actually, eyes, Zephyr, like this you? Like this looks like you.
Yeah, what's Zephyr know?
In my brain, it looks like a squid eye. So not serpentine.
I mean, he's
go
into
by
the cool, he
Cthulhu's.
might know some spooky stuff.
There is, I forgot about this. There is one more thing I would like to do before we get too close to the Nightspider, and the day's travel.
Okay.
I would like to cast Enforce Envelope on everyone, which gives you guys a magical air bubble and a fly speed. So I'd like to jump off the ship and just start flying beside our armada and invite you guys to join in a little, Super Saiyan space flight.
Like a little test run before you get there, the night before, the day before.
You bet I'm in.
You want to hold hands too while we do it, Peter Pan?
You just have to believe in fairies. That's all you need.
You said enforce envelope. That doesn't give them a fly speed, though, right?
Which one is it that gives them the...
I don't think you can hit everybody with astral visage.
I was going to cast it multiple times. What level spell is that?
Do you know
I'm
the
good
spell,
with
or are you casting it from the Void Spear?
I thought I knew it, but maybe I was just thinking of Enforce Envelope.
I think astral visage is like a 5th or 6th level spell. Don't ask me about spells I created.
Oh,
I forget shit after I create them.
maybe you
I'm
could
good
do
with
it
not
for
flying.
Oh.
If you can only get a certain amount of people.
I could do 4. I do 4 and I cast Fly on myself and Enforce Envelope. There we go.
Well, I was going to say, other people on the ship have casted fly before. We've seen them do it, so if you need backup, you could always be like, hey, I want to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the air bubble can only do 4 people.
Which is, you gain a flying speed and it doesn't decay your air bubble for the duration of the spell.
That's astral envelope, yeah. Or,
Astral-
excuse me, astral visage, yeah. The
Yeah.
enforce envelope doesn't give you air.
No, I'll do, does it give you air? I thought that was its whole shtick.
Makes your air bubble impenetrable to organic objects and things like that. I just tried to Google this, like I'm going to find it on Google.
Well, regardless, I'll dip back in if I need to. But
He
I'll
did
just
say
figure
though,
we'd do a little space flight.
like with our size and stuff, we do get an air bubble that comes with us. It just doesn't have as much air as like a ship or something.
Yeah,
So.
and that's true. You can dive back in to replenish the air bubble and dive back out. But it sounds like y'all go flying around the ship for a little bit. Those of y'all that have had the astral visage cast on you, like to imagine it is almost like this kind of wreath of like it wraps around your chest and blossoms out into maybe wings. Like I think it changes from person to person. Maybe Drix and Randy's wings look more insectoid than like Demos's wings would be a dragon, or Echo's wings might be angelic or demonic or whatever flavor leans more towards Echo.
Slimy.
Slimy. But it like wraps around your chest and it looks kind of like a nebula, or like I like to imagine almost like what a star looks like while it's burning. It looks like that, almost like they're made of fire, but it's not red. It's space colors.
And we go poke the eyeball. No.
No, you don't.
And then while we're poking the eyeball, I draw a card from the deck.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. No, Randy, I was hoping you would forget about that, but goddamn, here we are.
That's gonna be the
sessions.
I
It's
will
gonna be the
never
start.
listen. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. The very last session, I'm probably gonna draw a card from the deck just to see what happens. And if I poof into non-existence, then I guess that's an awesome ending for Randy chattering.
We're gonna have the search for Randy one shot after this.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be the start of level 20 one shot. A bunch of level 20 adventurers going to poke a space kraken in the eye. That's how
Can I ask it CR or can I Google it?
I don't have one. It's just a narration.
Oh, I thought there was a giant space squid in the Spelljammer thing.
I don't think so. My headcanon is that krakens get powerful enough to ascend from the ocean and go into space.
Love that. That's what Slockwith tried to do. Slockwith technically isn't from Faerun. He's technically from an outer plane.
Indeed. So that's even more evidence to think that krakens, can survive in space. And I just think of wild space as the sea, but space. So there are krakens and all kinds of stuff up there. Aboleths, perhaps. I don't think aboleths are as scary as krakens, but some older grognards might disagree with me there.
Grognard.
Solid word. Grognard. Vocabulary word. Also, oh, I see. I saw this Arbok drawing. I was like, how did this get here? And then I remembered that it was drawn here. All right, yo. Sorry, I sidetracked y'all with a little more narrations. I forgot I wanted to narrate some of the outer edges of wild space. Like I said, as you guys pass what I would consider like the asteroid belt and get to like the back half of wild space, shit gets a little weird. Before Cade does come find you guys a couple of hours after your little coffee talk, we'll call it. Says, we'll be coming up on them here any second. It looks like they've slowed down and, well, once we started catching them, they slowed down and dived off into a patch of asteroids over there. Them ships can't land on the ground, but they can hide behind asteroids, and they can land on asteroids to use them as cover. Do y'all want to send everybody in to go look, or how do y'all want to do this?
Make to cast. Enforce envelope on our Spelljammer, which prevents gases, liquids, and solids, from penetrating the envelope that aren't being worn or carried. So that should stop the asteroids, correct?
Yes. Well, is it up to a certain size? It's not gonna. You can't like run straight into a big asteroid, but it would prevent like smaller rocks and stuff from coming into your air envelope. At least if I remember correctly, that's the way it should be worded.
The reinforced envelope is able to deflect smaller objects like rubble, debris, or small asteroids, but gives way and bounces from larger, heavier objects like other spell or a suitable size.
Yeah. So if you run smack into a big enough one, you're gonna bounce off of it.
But this will prevent stuff from like flying into us.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll use a second level spell slot for that.
Does it have a component listed on it? I'm kind of curious.
Oh, I forgot. I will look.
You need to have
a sized chunk of semi-magnetic material. I destroy one of Randy's katana.
I destroy you.
Demos takes out a small chunk of asteroid, not hard to get being in space for the last 8 months. Takes a small piece of asteroid, chants under his breath, squeezes it down into dust, and then blows on his hands as he opens it, and you guys watch this kind of shimmering envelop these. For the first time probably ever, you guys can see your air envelope around you as Demos enforces it.
I'll then squeeze the Pearl of Power to get back that spell slot.
Also, I guess achievement for using a homebrewed spell.
We have like mirrors that can do sending, right? Or like communicate across. We have those.
We have earrings that can communicate to other ships.
Yeah,
I know that we have those
use
for
A1.
communication.
Use A1 for sending mostly. You do have like
But
chokers of.
Didn't
What
you
are
say
comms,
that we had a
essentially?
mirror on the ship that we could use for that?
You do. That particular one does not work like the Storm King's Thunder mirror does. It's made to accept like a view from one of your necklaces. Like if you use Arcane Eye with a necklace that you have, you can send that view back to the mirror. The idea being that someone running the op from the headquarters could. It's like a body cam essentially that goes back to that mirror.
Well, because my thought was, well, I guess it's maybe on the ship. My thought was though, like I would only want to take one ship forward, probably ours, and then just tell the others like hang back and find a way to communicate with them via something like that in case something goes sideways or they need to move or whatever else.
We have had enough. We've had enough time now that we can say Sriracha knows sending and message just like A1 does. So if you're going to leave A1 on the bombard, Sriracha's flying y'all ship. You know, you can use him to communicate as well.
Cool.
Sounds bueno. Is there anything? I will remind Sybil that she has the scroll of Tiny Hut that they can all get in if they need to.
Shake us sideways.
And let us know. Shoot us a message. Get in there. Shoot us a message, and we'll come get you. Lasts for 8 hours, I think. So that should be a good, period. I assume it has its own air bubble. I hope it does.
Oh, like if it gets broke, it is a dome, so it's a bubble. Aimed out in a bubble, Randy. All right. Sounds like y'all are gonna go looking a Neogi hunting in this little asteroid field. You leave your other ships behind, and
wait a minute. One more thing. We know that Neogi live on asteroids, don't they? Like, isn't that how they jump onto other ships and shit?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that we got a ton of information about them. They were on size ship, but I don't think that we knew like where they came from or like what their native habitat was per se.
Oh,
don't say oh.
Yeah, right. What the fuck?
You guys are suddenly shot out of the sky.
No. I'm sorry to blue ball y'all, to edge y'all with combat some more, but there was another thing I wanted to narrate, and the part of the reason that I'm backtracking is because Demo said something about this and just hasn't remembered, but you wanted to do some scrying on this journey.
I almost thought about asking about it, but I wanted to fuck.
So he's very difficult to scry on because he's him.
Unknowable.
But you do get unknowable indeed. What few times you get to scry on him over the last 8 months. Probably the thing that stands out to you the most is that you catch him once or twice either staring into this bigger void spear you guys have seen previously, just staring into it, not moving, or staring off into space, apparently looking off into the distance.
So, as a part of the spell, I can cast Detect Thoughts on the thing I'm scrying on. As part of the Crystal Ball, which does not require attunement, thankfully. Oh, it does. Well, regardless, I would have swapped out, the ring or something while I was doing that. So, Detect Thoughts, DC 17. Probe his mind. I think it's a Wisdom save.
Yeah, he gets a good bit to add to it. Oh, you're gonna go deep beyond the surface thoughts?
Yeah, Daddy.
So, firstly, Demos, hold on. I got it right here. I'll do it myself. You take 6 psychic damage just from his surface thoughts.
Oh no.
and like this, and when I'm gonna go and tell you he passes his save, so you get the surface thoughts. And you can tell immediately they're probably not his. Something is communicating with him and sending thoughts into his brain, but you can't comprehend. That's what the psychic damage is. Whatever is speaking to him is bending your brain.
If I cast Comprehend Languages, can I understand it? I know it's not a language per se. Regardless, I'll try. It's a first level spell. For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but must be touching the surface on which the text are written. Does not doesn't decode secret messages, text or glyphs such as an arcane signal.
But see,
Wow. Thank you, Mercer.
I'm gonna rule that I don't think you would. I don't think it's speaking that way.
Yeah, it's telepathic.
That's part of the Eldritch idea, is that it's not communicating with him in a language per se. So it is. But you do get the idea that these times that he's staring, he's apparently listening to something. You also catch a scene because as you see a very small handful of the chipped Vulcan's Legion members moving around this base or whatever he's in. You do catch him telling somebody that you can't see off screen that they need to be sure all mortal pawns are disposed of before Mantis arrives.
Ooh. Yikes.
They're thinning them out anyway. Perfect. As part of the tech thoughts, I don't need to understand their language. I know that doesn't necessarily help, but...
Wait, that means that... But does he have... He doesn't have Aaron. Does he have Aaron? Do we know?
No. You're trying to keep that Nightspider ship from getting Aaron to him.
Okay.
And now that you say that, in tandem with what Demos just said, the last big thing you eventually put together over your kind of laborious scrying sessions, you have to try multiple times. It's very hard to get a hold of him. One of the surface, you eventually glean from looking at his surface thoughts that telepathic communication that you can't understand is apparently feeding him pieces of information out of Aaron's head. And you can only imagine that getting a hold of this information is probably racking Aaron pretty good mentally.
I'd like to do one more thing.
You also get a glimpse of a Void Forge you've never seen before, but you guys can't see the art until you see it.
I would like to do one more thing. I would like to send a message using sending to Aaron. Let him know that I'm going to be checking in on him. We're friends. He knows this. And I'm going to cast Scrying on him.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
he fails to save intentionally.
I think he's smart enough to figure out what you mean. Yeah. So you would find him laying in it's essentially a cell. What looks like on the inside of a Spelljammer. It is kind of dark and dimly lit. You probably would see other cells adjacent to him or across from him, and he's kind of slumped in a corner. Depending on what time you did this, how many months in you did this, he might have a bloody nose. There might be a little bit of blood rolling out of his ear. If you checked on him a couple of months later, if this is right before you're about to catch him, he might have a bloody nose, 2 bloody ears, and an eye bleeding or something. Various stages of roughed up.
I don't have anything that can help him from this distance.
I would think with the message too, it would be something like, understood. Try to hurry. Tearing thoughts out of my head.
I will do the scrying, detect thoughts. I'll send him another message. I can listen to you for 10 minutes. Try to pass on anything that you can. Where are you in the ship? Do you think they're going to kill you before they get there? Is there anything you know about the unknowable one that can assist us?
You couldn't ask all that with ascending.
I can cast it multiple times. It's only because I'm doing this, during the long time.
So he doesn't. Okay, he knows he's in the holding cells of the ship. He knows there is a full crew aboard. He doesn't know the exact number. He estimates more than 15. He knows that he's wanted alive, and he tells you that the closer they've gotten to wherever they're going, the louder the whispers have gotten, and the more information they've jerked out of him. He indicates that if they get everything they need before he gets there, they won't need him anymore.
We're cutting them off before they get to the wall. Chill them on the way from the edge.
Meaning that if whatever is like psionically assaulting him gets what it needs before they transport him there, they won't need him anymore.
Let me look at one thing. I was going to cast Intellect Fortress on him. Yeah, it's far away.
Get it, Sarah?
I don't think there's anything I can do. I tell him we're going to try to get him before that. Don't give up hope. We're closing it.
If he could give you a grim nod of acknowledgement through sending, he would. So the last maybe couple of weeks, so that's a very grim light to have y'all's coffee talk on, but that's okay. My apologies for working out of order. A week off and I get rusty. As you guys, air envelope enforced, make your way into the asteroid field to look for this Nightspider ship carrying Aaron de Disowned. I need, here's what we're going to do.
Is that what he's called? They disowned?
That's what you
So
call
with
them
the
when
That's
they've been
funny.
disowned. De Disowned. I need one person. So he's driving. So I need one person to be navigator. I need one person to look for the Kajigger, the ship itself. And then, of course, if you guys have anything you'd like to add to help hide your ship, to help the person looking for, you can help. You can help someone with those other two roles. You can add on if you want to hide the ship, if you want to do, etc., etc.
How big is our ship again? Pretty big?
This one's not near as big as the Bombard.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19. 19 times 5. You're looking at about... I would like to go to the front of the ship and cast Darkness. It's wider than we are, and if it's at the front, they're going to see darkness. They're not going to see the tail end of the ship. As long as they're looking on...
They're looking straight at it. I hear you.
I want to assist you with that because I assume you're gonna cast it like below so like we can see over, but it's like sort of masking the bottom of the ship, like you're almost casting on the bottom of the hull. I can use the shadow globe to also cast darkness, and I want to cover the back half of the ship.
Well, you can see through it, can't you?
I don't know. I don't think
It
I
shouldn't
can.
have anything like that. That's
One of us can see
Or
through
warlock.
magical darkness. Is it Zephyr?
It's a warlock.
It might be me.
I'm pretty sure you can. I think I've heard that before. I'm not certain. If you can, then let's put
Pretty sure
Zephyr.
I can't.
But my thought was that like because we could scurry down there in the envelope, we could always cast darkness on the bottom part of the ship and sort of like hang high so that you can't see us from below, if that makes sense. That way we could still see over it.
But if we're looking for them downward.
Yeah, it would be kind of tough to make that work perfectly.
You guys can skid around stuff. Can y'all get on the outside of the ship? Well, then they would see you. But you'd be a much smaller target to see. It'd be a lot harder to see in space.
Right.
Just like a bug drifting through space.
Alright, that's what's happening here. One person make a roll to look for the ship. Another person make a roll to hide the ship.
For darkness, would we need to make a roll?
So, do you want me to make a stealth check for the ship? Because I'll do that.
You could also make an Arcana check for the ship if you wanted to, Demos, from that perspective of using darkness. But whoever is trying to spot the ship needs to make a perception roll for me, please.
I have a +7 to Arcana. What's your stealth score, Randy? Probably higher than that.
Plus 12.
I thought Drix was our preceptor.
Yeah,
That's
he's usually up to
true.
I was saying for the hiding. So, Randy, you do the stealth check because you have a higher thing than any of us have.
Okay.
Did I give him
Great.
He's
advantage?
an 18. Got it.
Did I give him advantage since I'm also
16.
casting darkness?
16, 17, 18. Well, stealth. Yes. You know what? Yeah.
I imagine we're working in tandem, trying to like. My thought was that we're casting darkness on two separate ends of the ship at the bottom of the hull in such a way where we can hopefully peer over it, but from below, it just looks like a dark void of space moving across.
See? That's a pretty
Anyway.
solid little strategy. Y'all are like sharks. Yeah, great whites are the ones that have the white bellies.
Take the
Roll a game.
advantage. There we go.
Yeah.
Pretty good, pretty good. After an hour, maybe 2 hours-ish of searching, Drix, you spot what has to be the Nightspider ship. I just put the image in chat. I've waited all campaign to share this image with you guys because it's cool.
Oh boy,
Like a mosquito.
that's wild.
Big mosquito.
Ooh.
It is kind of freaky deaky looking.
I got some hardcore shit on the starboard side, you know.
Directs y'all's attention to the Nightspider. How would you like to proceed, Mantis? It may or may not be difficult to really breach it without revealing yourselves. I'm always willing to let you guys try shit, but
Imagine a helldiver. I'm just gonna jump
Yeah.
off the front of the ship.
I kind of
No.
wondered if y'all were just gonna float over it and jump down on it. But then how do you get inside?
When I cast darkness, I'm going to cast it on my staff so it will move with us. So will your drift globe.
Can you
That's part of
honestly, I'm like,
darkness can't be cast on a thing. It has to be
Yeah, it
cast
can.
on an object. Or it can't be cast on like a person. I'm sorry,
yeah.
creature.
Here it goes. If the point you choose is an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it.
Worn or carried. Your staff is being carried.
The drift globe cast it from the drift globe, yeah?
Yeah, it does cast it, so it would come with us regardless with the drift globe, and then I could
So
always.
here's the thing: I can cast it on something I'm not carrying, which fulfills the isn't being worn or carried. It's cast on it; it moves with the object, but then I could pick it up. Yeah, because I just have to cast it on something that isn't being worn or carried. It doesn't say you can't carry it through it. It says it can move with it.
We got breaks as intended. I'm pretty sure the intention is you can't cast it on your staff or the helmet of an enemy.
If the object you choose is an object you are holding or one that isn't being carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it.
you are holding.
But if I cast it when I'm not carrying it,
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that that's the first part of it is an object you're holding.
but if I'm not holding when I cast it, and then it says it moves with it. So if I cast it on a ball and throw the ball, it's gonna follow it. Yeah. Even if I pick it up, I'm holding it, but it still moves with the object.
On a ball, yeah.
I'm sure there's two Crawford things that will like agree and disagree with what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think the intention here is you're not supposed to be able to cast it on things that are equipped.
What if I cast it on an arrow?
That's what
That
I'm
is on
saying.
the ground.
That's kind of
Nope.
what I was about to get
Cast
at.
it on an
is
arrow
like-
that's not equipped on the floor, and he shoots it.
No, that's what I'm getting at. Is that like that's the easy workaround. Is you grab a fucking dish plate and you cast it on the dish plate, grab the dish plate, and carry it around. How do you keep it from enveloping you? What are you gonna cover it with?
Oh, it is going to envelop us. That's
How you gonna go?
Or we send it ahead of us.
You can't see anything.
My goal is initially to send it before us, so there's a darkness that we can hide behind, and just send it into the thing.
Mhm.
So
Interesting.
we're talking about this is like an asteroid that the ship's on, right? So we sort of spotted it. Is it docked on an asteroid?
You know, I thought it was in this picture, but it looks like it's not. It's not moving. I think I do kind of imagine it docked on an asteroid. It's trying to hide.
Well, the only reason I ask is because if it is, then we can obviously maneuver the ship in a way where we're not like direct line of sight, but we now know where it is, and then we can just make the decisions we need to make to move the darkness off the ship and with us. So like, say I convert the shadow globe from darkness to pass without trace and burn some more charges, right? That gives us extra stealth going down. If you couple that with somebody casting darkness on something to give us like a bubble to get behind, and we just sort of like come up from the other side of the asteroid, that probably gives us a better chance on stealth.
Is Shadow Globe an item,
It is an item.
or is that a homebrew
just-
thing? Because I'm not
just
finding
like-
it.
Oh,
No, it's a
okay.
homebrew thing. I had to make it. It's going into book.
It's a good item. Very
Did I write it down? Anyway, Devin, if you haven't already, go look and make sure that's on the list of items for SSS. All right, well, okay. How would y'all like to approach Mantis? Well, do y'all need a break to think about it or drink about it?
Yeah,
So the drift globe is, or the shadow globe is phrased. You can expend one charge and cause it to emanate the darkness spell. So it's emanating from the globe. So that one's
Yeah.
mobile.
Yes. As is
Yep.
intended purpose.
Yes.
So it's the only thing in the world that can move drift globe. That's bullshit.
the darkness follows me around. Yeah. So but the reason I said we maybe move the ship around is because for stealth purposes, it makes sense to drop that darkness and instead use pass without trace as we come across the other side of the asteroid. So my thought would be, we have the ship maneuver to the side that's not line of sight of their ship, and then we drop down and swap to pass without trace so we could try to approach. That's what I
Hard.
would do. But I mean,
Thank
we
you.
have a second to talk about it.
All right, sounds like y'all want to both take a break and talk about it. I've got the checks. Lots of shit.
We have a globe of silence.
I do.
That's pretty sad, actually.
Guys, so many globes. Let me check some
I
stuff.
finessed him into it by accident one session. I don't even remember it getting added to my inventory.
Y'all have a lot of shit. It's such is the way. Y'all have much shit. That, oh my. Okay. Sorry, reading some stuff. Anyway, let's take a break. I'll see y'all in 10. So, how would y'all like to approach this Nightspider? I will say that, Drix, you could not see any entrances from the outside from your vantage point above it.
Is it not like our ships where it has like an open deck?
Now, go back and look at that picture. A little glass dome right there, you know? Everything else is steel.
Oh, that's the
Looks
ship.
like something that can be shattered to me.
It is a ship, yes, sir. Do you think it's a creature?
I didn't know what it was. I was like, that's some pretty cool art, whatever that is.
No, yeah, there is. Drix was not able to discern any open sides or open decks. It appears to be enclosed. Also, I don't know if y'all noticed, but there's scavers swimming around it.
Let's ask: are those actual scavers, or are those like metal scavers?
Actual scavers.
Bueno, much less scary.
I agree.
Well, Mantis, how would you like to proceed?
That reminds me, not to interrupt this, but I'm going to advertise for us for free. My daughter did, you can't see it, my daughter did Miracle League, and they got a really good picture of me wearing the Appalachian Dragon shirt, like, directly on, like, professional photography. I'll post that sucker on Facebook and be like, hey, we're going live.
Check us out.
Hell yeah.
Free advertising.
Free advertising.
I wear mine, and people are like, I like your shirt, and I'm always kind of embarrassed to say, thanks, it's my gaming group, you should check us out.
I don't. Instead of saying it's my gaming group, you just tell them that it's a gaming group, and they can find out later when you're not around that you're part of the group.
But if I don't say it's mine, they might not check it out. If I say it's mine, it might scare them off.
No, it's other way around. Yeah, no. You say it's a group, as in there's a group that's so good they've already attracted you as a fan. If you say it's my group, everyone's gonna see through it and be like, "Oh, they're just a bunch of fucking nerds trying to make it." If you act like you're a fan that has been brought into the fold.
One of my Sunny D moms asked me about it, and I was like, thanks. Cringe.
Anywho, I didn't mean to derail us. I mean, unless everybody's opposed, I don't know how we know how to get in, but I still think that, like, dropping out of sight and trying to, like, sneak up with Pass Without Trace is probably at least our...
I agree. If we can come up from behind its butt and get toward the glass and shatter it, I think we can get a way in.
Get inside its butthole.
Yep. You're reading my mind, Barb.
I should have known. That's how this would go.
Wait, why no shatter?
I need your stealth checks, please.
I mean, if you want me to, I could drop right on top of it. Just stab a katana right in the glass part, just blow it open, and be like, all right, we're fighting.
Oh, you have shatter on your gun. I have to know shatter. I do.
That's a 25 from me, bucko.
Dang, you already know I'm going to carry this up.
So, 35 total?
We have advantage, by the way, Barb. You might want to roll again, see if you get something higher.
What's the advantage from?
Pass Without Trace?
Pass Without Trace just gets you plus
10.
10.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I rolled twice by accident, but the first one, the dirty 20, so dirty 30. Dirty 30. I'll be dirty 30 at midnight.
All right, well, I rolled back-to-back nat 20s. Oh, my God. That's all of them for the night. I'm not anything else.
Shit.
1 in 400 chance you broke the algorithm.
You want to know? Okay, listen. This has happened to me since Storm King's Thunder. I roll like a nat 20 to get a mummy lore, but then when I'm fighting somebody, I roll like a 7 to hit. And I got a plus 9. I don't even know how I roll a 7, but I do.
Sorry, I'm just looking at that 42.
Yeah, that's
legit. Randy's like, it's okay. I've got this. It's fine. Randy keeps y'all from stepping in asteroid potholes and shit.
the lowest is 24. I feel like we're...
Yeah, y'all did very well. You guys do make it right up to the butt. He's gonna touch the butt. And actually, this is really funny. It has a butthole.
Don't we all? I mean,
it's so funny y'all said that. From best I can tell from this map, that is the only, that is the hatch to get in.
Is that like the trash chute from Star Wars? Are we gonna get crushed in here?
I don't think so. You can't really know where you're gonna come in at the ship, but obviously you're coming in from the bottom of it. I can't believe y'all fucking said that way. Y'all are coming in through his butthole. That's where the hatch is.
Shut up.
I can't make this shit up.
Butthole.
All right.
Sorry.
Do we have to burst open the hatch, or is it loose? Is it a loose butthole?
I had to imagine it's locked.
It's made of metal. We could shatter.
Oh, interesting. It does appear to be for you guys. You guys are savvy Wildspacers now. It does appear to be like a jettison lock.
Oh, it's where it shits. Gotcha.
So it's an exit, not an entrance. Unless you're really persistent.
I've
heard that before.
I believe so. This will be interesting. So y'all are gonna figure out how you break in through the jettison chute and how you do it
Davos
without
would be
alert.
having a field day.
So when we open this, we gotta make sure that we're not gonna get hit by flying poop or junk.
Cargo. Aaron's corpse.
Can I look behind it and see if anything has been shot out? Like I'm gonna say, like corpses, like from the people they're killing.
No, there's not anything. Nothing like corpses or anything. If you saw anything, it might be food scraps. So maybe corpses, but not any corpses you recognize. Maybe not any human corpses.
How translucent is the red part, like the glassy parts?
I would say it's very hard to look through. It is opaque.
Okay.
You might see movement and stuff on the other side, but this is a pretty big ship. It is sitting up on its little spindly legs. You would have to crawl pretty high or fly pretty high to get up over it to try to look into it.
I say we try to pry through this, come into the back, catch them off guard. If that does not work, we go up front, shatter the glass.
So we just approached the back. I guess we haven't walked around to see if there might be an alternate entrance we could attempt for.
Kind of don't want to risk us being spotted, but with 42 stealth check, I mean...
You don't want me rolling again. I've rolled 3 nat 20s tonight. I am destined for a bad roll any second now.
That one is around the corner.
3 of them in a row.
It is. What do you think, Mantis? How are you going to try to break in?
My vote is butthole.
Butthole.
All
That's
right.
2 for the butthole.
I guess we're going to
3
Ant-Man
for
to
the
Thanos this thing.
Jesus.
2 in the stink? Or 5 in the stink?
5 of the snake, yeah.
I figured that's what was going to happen, but how are you going to break in through this little jettison hatch here?
Where's our strongest one? Can anybody pry it open? Shatter is going to draw a lot of attention.
Shatter's going to make a lot of noise.
Who's got a good strength sword? Who can pry it open?
Have you checked your ball? I don't think any of you have a very high strength score.
I'm a dex boy.
Mine 9. Y'all got to be higher than me.
Yeah, I'm a dex
I can
fighter.
persuade the door open with my charm.
That's how I get in the back door.
Could I...
How could you not change this, Devin?
I think it's something he didn't think would find.
No, to be 100% honest, I didn't know that was there until like 10 minutes ago.
There we go. Surprise! You're not gonna be able to air this episode, I hope.
It would have been fine until one of you made a butthole joke, and then I was like, it's his butthole. They're just gonna make more jokes about it when they find out.
I have enhanced ability, but I don't think that's gonna give us why.
My strength is still pretty bad. I was going to see if I could convince you to let me do like a... I don't know. Kind of like how you would use like sleight of hand for Thieves' Cant, sort of, to like look for secret ciphers and stuff.
Do you have Thieves' Tools?
I do have Thieves' Tools.
Thieves' Tools have a crowbar with them.
Oh, yeah.
Hey-o, I didn't know that. Thank you. I mean, I should have known that, but I didn't.
Sorry.
Could give you advantage, but that's a second level spell. I could enlarge you, which would last longer. I think it gives you advantage on strength. Hang on.
It's kind of rude to be
Advantage on all safe checks and safe saving throws. The weapon also grows to match its size.
But I think the question is, do I get to use sleight of hand for using a crowbar to try to bust open a door?
Yeah, you get to make a Thieves' Tools check. If you're proficient with Thieves' Tools, you get to add your proficiency bonus to that. Or no, how do tools work? God damn it, Dev.
Sleight of hand is dex. That's how you do that.
Sleight of hand is how you use Thieves' Tools.
Okay. I guess I'll try it. It can't hurt, right?
Don't roll a 1.
All right, here comes that nat 1, baby. We're waiting on it. Oh, it wasn't. It was a 24.
Woo!
It was almost a 3, though. Let the record
Oh, your
show.
great roll is out of combat. Love to see it.
Randy, it takes you a minute or two. You are unfamiliar with this particular
Okay.
hatch. Hatch.
Bright greens don't have buttholes. It's new territory.
Yeah, it's the first time he's had to put it in the butt. He's not really sure what to do.
You have to be persistent.
Sorry.
Speak softly to it first.
I hope Megan hears this.
Got
Usually
the
massage
warning?
can throw it
Well-
loose in the back.
I feel like
gotta-
he would know he's got to cover it in Dazzle first.
Dead.
Oh god, I'm dead. Can I cast lubricate?
Can we please get like a rated M thing for the start of our streams, the mature audiences thing?
I just gonna need, like, as soon as you say it does have a butthole, like, I need a little warning to pop up. This session spirals downhill from this point on.
Yeah, like I was thinking
pretty
about
neat.
like what can I cut out and just like put text like I couldn't include this in the recording. We'll resume when it's appropriate. Just like get back.
Here is what happened.
I do have eat matter. We could eat the butthole, you know? Like,
Come on, that's timestamp.
I also
this.
have
How long did it
regurgitate
go?
matter. We could
Alright, I need y'all to get a grip.
on the it's got a good grip.
Jesus Christ.
You can't expect us to not hyperfixate on buttholes.
That's like our group's thing.
You know, I understand. Y'all are all about the buttholes.
Can I cast Identify to see if this butthole has been penetrated before?
You cannot. I'm revealing some stuff and things for you guys on this map that should be all dark and black and stuff. But only some of the things.
Kind of like you're entering from a butthole.
I told you guys, I wasn't lying.
I do cast shield because I don't want to go in there without protection.
It's okay. It's okay.
Don't want to get no butthole.
You did that. You can't believe you just wasted a spell slot for the joke.
I didn't, but
bloop. Can you guys see my ping? Scroll way out if you can't.
Yeah.
So this is the storage room, storage and jettison. It's called on my map. So this would be where general storage, shit they're going to jettison is. And this, of course, if you can see the little white side profile over here, this is this bottom deck down here. And technically, if you guys can't tell, your feet like clip to the ceiling. So you go through the butthole and your feet immediately like bloop up to the ceiling.
Did you really say there's a deck in the butthole?
It's very possible.
Bottoms up, boys.
Plot essential dick.
How long is the deck?
Okay, all right.
Listen. More girthy than it is long, it looks like.
Is this the poop deck that I've always heard
You're
of
less than
referred
100
to?
feet.
That it is just under 100 feet.
Is this where the semen stay? Is that right? Is this where the semen stay?
All essential personnel report to the poop deck.
Seamen are stored in the
We have a
bottle.
very important birthday to celebrate.
This is only going to get worse when y'all see the rest of this, the way this deck looks on this map.
So she said.
Okay, jokes aside, before we proceed, I do have a very important question for the DM. This is a serious question, not a joke one. I mean,
I will kill you. I will leave no evidence behind.
Okay, I'm gonna ask an actual serious question then. When I use a concentration spell as part of one of my weapons, I'm concentrating on that. I'm concentrating on that spell, right? Like the weapon is not carrying that burden. So like if I wanted to use two separate concentration spells with two separate weapons, you'd have to do away with this
Cancel one to do the other.
Just want to make sure.
There are certain items that do that, but it has to specify it.
Sorry, I'm plotting with malicious intent. I just wanted to make sure I understood properly.
I would like to go back to the channel and cast the cantrip Gust out the back and then close it.
I see you made a fart. It took me a second. I was like, oh, fuck. Jesus Christ, y'all.
I'll follow up with a booming blade so that it has a little bit of a sound to it, a little, it's like a gentle explosion.
Booming blade, more like a tooting
blade. Onto this fucking ship and we get caught making fucking fart noises, man.
Rolled a double nat 20 to sneak onto the ship and then I'm gonna ruin the whole thing.
I also cast alarm on the
arrow.
Oh my.
What's the door look like in here?
This door?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like
This might have been the main reason that they said Spelljammer was kind of like a jokey, lighthearted campaign.
Like Flash Gordon.
Well, or Ass Gordon.
Yeah. That's a very good gif. Very please put your tokens down in the
butthole. Devin, just say it. Be a man.
On the deck.
Oh, I've been in the butthole.
On the poop deck.
Damn, it's so big.
Listen, we're way too big for the space.
You're all so big. You're all too big for the butthole. Yeah, you're all too big for the butthole. I hope that makes you feel better.
Five guys, one butt.
You're always too big the first time. You gotta, takes a couple. Oh, God.
Hey, this is the lost episode. It's official. This is just the one that never got uploaded.
Devin is just gonna kill us here. The butthole collapses. You all die.
Prolapses.
I just wheezed.
I knew we were in wild space, but I didn't know we were near Uranus.
Fucking Dendar just crushes the whole ship. Okay.
Where we get always sunny on ourselves.
That would be. Oh man, I don't know what the episode title is gonna be, but we have to steer away from the butthole for titles at least.
There's gonna be 30 minutes of us talking about this ass, Devin. I hope you know what you started.
It's going to be called Attack from the Rear.
Ooh.
All right, well, here we go, boys.
God, we're children.
Wait, I got it. We snuck in the back door.
He just added 3 scavers to the map while we were joking.
Y'all are about to walk into 3 beholders.
Devin, does this butthole have any space crabs? Does the butthole have any space crabs? Just want to be safe, you know. No,
it's clean.
That's good.
Very well.
I found a new name for Mantis. We're now the Butthole Surfers.
Jesus Christ. I need stealth checks from. I need stealth checks from everyone, please. You sons of bitches.
Hello.
Having a great
Instead
time.
of Astral and Mantis, it's multi-ass network now.
Or Astral with 2 S's.
Multi-ass. Alright, well.
Big 23.
This is an astral plane.
Lol. Sorry, I had to.
Yes, rate of enfeeblement in here. Is it just gonna shit itself? Like, what's the mechanics on that game?
It's a ship. You wouldn't have anything to target. Let's see here. 39, 23, 22, 34, 34. Solid roll, guys.
The lowest is
You
the
may
19
now-
for you. Just, you know.
You may now proceed as you wish.
I use the drift globe because I hear the sun doesn't shine here.
I will stop the session right now. You all have to wait till next week.
I cast a globe of silence on the rest of the party so we can proceed with the campaign.
I just like,
That's not fun.
I'm not
What's
gonna
the
lie,
door like?
giving us a week off would just give us that much more time to prepare jokes.
I'm also
Crap it.
like enjoying the image of you guys literally all like biting your hand to stop from giggling about having like coming through the chute or whatever. Like you're all trying to be quiet and stealthy, and you're all like,
I feel like it's the first time you've actually heard Zephyr laugh. You finally found a joke that you
It
thought
is.
was
All right,
great.
real talk though. I guess I'll go ahead and open the door.
yeah, it is just a door.
Is there a crack underneath it? That's what I'm asking. Not that.
Sure.
God damn it.
Do you feel any breezes coming out from, you know?
No, I guess it depends
Is
on
that-
how sci-fi.
Are you
consider
guys
the
getting
ships to
methane?
be.
Is that why we're behaving like this? There's a methane leak?
1 second.
I feel like it's actually a legit defense tactic. It's like instantly casting hideous laughter on anyone
You're
trying to enter.
Area.
You know, I
Come
have,
into the back door.
I have to assume it's mostly like a regular door, so you know, not a big crack, but it's not like a sci-fi door that goes shoop shoop.
So if I cast Find Familiar, I could summon, say, an ant. Well, maybe not an ant. Something small enough to go through it. Preferably his original form. Pew pew.
You can cast Summon Familiar, right? Not Find Familiar.
It's Find Familiar.
Is it a spell slot or a ritual?
Cast it as a ritual. It'll take 10 minutes. I don't think we have that time. It is a first level.
But you can cast it not as a ritual, right?
Correct.
Is that what you're doing?
I can use my echo.
Can you cast it where you can't see?
Technically no.
My thought is like,
Call.
put the snake under the door or peek under the door and cast it just on the other side.
Send in the weasel.
Yeah, I've got a weasel.
That's right, yeah. Can you...
Weasel, if you
I've heard of
please.
gerbils, but never a weasel.
Can
Can you see through the weasel's eyes?
you see through its ass?
Eyes. Get your head out of the asshole, Nicola.
It's
I
literally in
mean-
the asshole, Deb. I don't know what you want from me. We're
I don't
deep
think
in
we...
the asshole.
Did we give me anything I can see through its eyes?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's pretty much a shield mule.
Shield mule. Yeah. When it
My
dies, you can
emotional
use it.
support weasel, thank you.
I'm gonna peek under the door, cast Find Familiar, summon it on the other side of the door, look through its eyes. It is technically in the range of the Thingamabob, right?
What do you mean?
Pass that
What
a
is the thing, Bob?
Pass that trace.
Yeah, if Randy moves up to the door, probably. This will be kind of hard to do. This is a curved hallway, if you can't tell. It's kind of hard to make curved shapes.
Okay.
I mean, anatomically speaking, I expected a curved hallway.
I think sharper turns, actually.
I'm trying to make this door visible here.
I'll send him down the hallway quietly as he can, checking the hallway completely first before checking it.
Make that stealth check, please.
I don't know what it gets to add. Hang on, it's a snake, technically. Flying snake.
The further it gets down the hallway, it eventually leaves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Assuming Randy's standing at the door with you, it would lose its stealth about here.
It's proficient in stealth.
Not lose its stealth, I should say. But...
Oh, it's only a 10. Did you hear that?
Say again, 10?
Yes, sir.
Time to fight.
Technically, that was just a snake. They didn't see us.
Y'all haven't walked through the door, which is good. I mean,
I'm checking.
Cuckoo doesn't see any adversaries. He would move up far enough to maybe see a little more of here. But
yeah, he'd go to the end of the hallway as far as he could until he sees something.
Oh. When he passes this door here, you guys see this door.
We didn't see your thing, I did.
Oh, am I on the wrong layer? Yes, I am. This door. You guys watch a rather large creature, apparently expectant. It doesn't even open the door. It just strikes like through the door, causing the door to swing open when it does. Let me see here. It does look very bug-like. I won't describe exactly what it looks like, but it does.
I don't know if this makes a difference. Cuckoo technically has flyby, meaning he doesn't provoke opportunity. Do you count this attack? Flying by?
No, I do not count this as an opportunity attack. Because it doesn't do it as it's leaving his range. He does it as it's crossing the door. Like a held action kind of thing.
No, I'd rather Cuckoo take it than us. He has a 14 AC.
Yeah, he 27, 7 slashing damage.
27? Excuse me?
That's stutter. You see this big carapace-looking claw lash out and just Cuckoo.
Space crabs.
You guys see crabs in the butthole. I knew it.
Fucking go.
You see Deimos' eyes flash from white back to normal, and he goes, "Oh, we got company." In which case, I'd like to ready an action on the other side of this door, and one of us be ready to kick it open.
I'd like to start firing arrows as soon as I see this.
5 ready actions on the other side.
Curved arrow, wanted style.
Oh,
you said it was at the double door here.
It was the double door. I'd also like to make a point of order. I've not been good about this because it didn't occur to me. But moving forward in all my games, I will be enforcing the idea that holding an action happens in combat. You cannot hold an action outside of combat. If you want to
We've
hold
seen an enemy creature. Are we in combat?
We're not. We have not rolled initiative.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
One of those things I was reading on Reddit, and I'm like, holy shit, they're right.
Yeah.
I just never had thought about it. I was like, that's right.
I don't know if that makes sense, though. We could all be ready on the other side of a door when the door opens. Pop it.
I mean, you're welcome to do that, but I don't care to narrate that you guys wait 5, 10, 15
I send another snake to the door. Just try to draw it closer.
Same thing. When it passes the door, the claw snatches out.
Stop shy of the door, and you go to the ceiling and go up, because it's a flying snake.
Can it open doors? Can it go underneath door cracks?
I mean, technically, yes.
I'm just curious. There's an opening right here. It looks like, DM, correct me if I'm wrong.
There's a door there. Yes, sir.
Would it not make sense to maybe try to pop underneath that and see if you could just get a view of the other side of the room where the door is at?
This would cost me another first Well, how about this? I start to cast it as a ritual. If they come before the 5 minutes, y'all can pop an action on it. I don't want to use another first level. But I'll do 10 minutes. If it doesn't come, I'll check the other door.
I mean, I'll get behind Drake, stand by the door, and just to get ready if somebody busts through there.
Oddly, especially if y'all haven't opened this door, in the 10 minutes, nothing comes through the door.
Huh.
Andra Snake checks the first door.
Mister?
I like to think Cuckoo, when Cuckoo appears, he's like the same way he was as he was going, like.
Very Mushu-like, in my opinion.
Mushu.
Is that right, Milan? Is that the right reference?
Like
I guess
pork.
Beef. Pork.
Mushu pork.
Oh,
It's a
maybe.
dish.
I was about to say, maybe. Sorry. I'm trying to work on revealing this. I'll reveal all of this to the best of my ability.
Fuck you.
I fucking love Chinese. I can't believe he said that to us.
Trigger.
Bloop. This appears to be the holding cells you scried Aaron to Kenneth earlier.
Do I see the Kenneth alive? I imagine they're like bars, yeah? Or like
Yeah.
sometimes you do. I check the cells.
Make a stealth check for me real fast.
I will say for flavor purposes, because of where he's coming through, he should be within Pass Without Trace's range. For most.
It looks like it. I agree. I agree with that.
So I get to add 10 to this. Or excuse me, I get to add 16 to this. It's not gonna have the thing. Oh, that's barely any better. That's a 21.
1 second.
Oh, I can cast spells to the familiar too.
Those were good rolls.
They weren't good rolls, but Randy made them good rolls.
No, I'm talking about something else. Sorry.
Oh.
Um,
Stop
You
talking
said
out loud.
14. I will not.
Not 14, 21.
No. 14 is his armor class.
Yeah.
So there is a Neogi in here that sees Cuckoo. I'm trying to reveal him on the map and talk at the same time. There is a Neogi in here that kind of a similar thing. It was in one of the cells, and when Cuckoo comes in, he can't hide himself well enough, and it claw attacks him to death.
So question, I'm having him move like to the end of the chamber. Does that not count as like an opportunity attack because it sees it and has to react?
And well, again, he seems aware that Cuckoo is there. It's not like it comes to the door and Cuckoo goes, or excuse me, the Neogi goes, "Oh shit, what is that?" It seems very expectant of something coming through the door.
When he pops in, does he see anybody in the cells before it gets spooked?
You would see Aaron in the cells, I would think, before it got. Because I like to imagine if you get up close to here, you can see into most of the cells. Maybe not. You can be pretty certain that's where you saw Aaron being held, even if Cuckoo didn't see him.
Which cell? I'm sorry.
I haven't picked a cell yet. Apparently,
Pick it now.
I think it was this one. Was when I was going to decide.
So, what I'm gathering based on this is that these creatures 1000% expected somebody to be coming up in this ship, and so we got to be.
They are 100%. Well, the first one probably tipped everybody else off. Hey, there's something in the ship.
But even the first one attacked immediately, like almost like they knew something was coming. I think that what's likely happened is, we intercepted a little bit of that like cross chatter with the unknowable one and them expecting Manus and stuff. I bet they've been chatting back and forth, and they assume that we're here, and they've just been waiting.
Speaking of which, what 20 minutes ish have gone by now?
Technically only 10 minutes for the spell. I cast it with the spell.
That's true. Then you did, and then he went in there and got ganked by that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can pop around the corner. There's one Neogi caviar there. There's a claw thing that looks like some kind of buggo. I don't know if you boys would know more about that. Can I describe it and see if the Thrice Green know about it?
They would
yeah.
not.
They would not? Okay.
None of you are from
If they know we're here, there's no point in sneaking around. Just
Well,
go in,
try-
kill this thing, rescue Aaron, and leave.
Well, that is our primary mission. We could get him back on the ship and Astral Stargate out of here. But we could Astral Stargate this ship. Astral Stargate to the sun.
I think you have to be on the ship. So is that you can see or that you're
So
on?
be it. Cuckoo would like to use a spell using the Void Spear. Is that okay? I can cast spells through Cuckoo. For what that's worth.
Just blips the whole ship into a sun. It has to be somewhere you've been before too, I think.
Yeah.
A wild space system you've been in, or maybe that's the.
I've seen the sun.
We just teleport it
If we,
inside the
get
eyeball
Aaron
of
to
that.
our ship, get Aaron to our ship, and then go try to find what else, and then worst case, we just hightail it out of there.
So, I'm kind of on board with that. A couple of things. We don't know what's in this hallway besides him. We know that there's at least one bad guy. We also corner ourselves in a hallway, trying to go in and stealth them out.
I agree with Brandon. I say we hit the Nyogi, clear that chamber, get him maybe in this back door area, and then proceed forward. I don't know.
I mean,
like it.
I'm down with that. I'm also, I don't hate the idea of just, if we can kill everything in this room and not get trapped, just try to get him out and onto the ship. But
is there anything we need to do besides return him? I know that is our primary mission.
Not for Sly, no. That is bring him back alive.
Let's talk to him, see if they already have the information. Because if they have the information, we're already in a much worse place. And I think we have to take him down.
So we're sending fighters first, kill the Nyogi.
Let's
You
move.
can watch the hallway, the ranged fellas.
yeah,
Agreed.
I'm down. I'll also say, just before we go in, I feel likely it's just going to wind up being a brawl, so don't assume that we're going to be able to just sneak him out. My expectation is that we're probably just going to wind up fighting a bit.
That thing didn't explore further. I don't know if he'll come out or not. Granted, no clue, but the door also popped open, didn't it?
Yeah, it like
When
blown.
Slithery Boy was in the hallway, could it have seen him?
Could see him.
It could.
Could.
But I see.
Yeah.
Show me some art, Green.
Oh, you talking about if Cuckoo could see him?
The second one. Cuckoo the second. Or 37th, whatever right now.
Oh, you talking about this guy? I got you. It's a Nyogi. Bloop, this guy, Nyogi. Oh, I see.
This door. Oh, that is nasty. Thank you
So-
for reminding me.
That was the first one.
There's a crab claw.
Well, yeah, it was kind
He's
of.
in the room!
It wasn't a crab. No, I purposely did not show you what it was. You know, I won't tell you the name of it. I'll show you what it is.
Astral Daddy?
Big old bug-looking thing, right?
That's a quad green.
Bud bug.
Bug.
I think we're doing Delta formation, or excuse me, Pinto formation. Three rangy boys in the back, two fighters up front.
Who going in first?
Two fighty boys.
I'll go.
Drix.
Pop my symbiotic card and take lead.
Yeah,
Right on your
Drix.
tail.
You pop your charge. You and the butthole. You kick the
Eh.
door. And it looks a little chaotic in there. As these two Nyogi appear to have been in the process of making their way to the holding cells.
Ew.
Let's see here. Now we can roll initiative because they know y'all are there. They didn't know y'all were gonna come through, busting through that door right
Good
that second.
butthole. Big six.
Big Six. That's a good movie.
14.
Not gonna lie.
Be here, 6 rules.
That thing
That's
could also
all
see
of
through
those
doors,
ones,
for the
okay.
record.
It could see through doors. It's cool like that. Some neat shit. So, one second. Let's auto roll initiative for these guys. I didn't have my shit put together the right way. Debus, what'd you roll?
Big six.
6. Echo.
No, big six.
16.
Randy.
21.
Drix.
21.
Wait, hold on. 14.
14. 7.
19.
Alright, friends, here we go.
Just so
Which
I
I
feel
know
better,
creatures-
how old is this ship?
It doesn't look in disrepair.
Is it over 18?
Not funny.
Brandon showed that mine.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Anyway, as you were. Sustained.
Do these guys have letters on them? Let's find out real fast. Nah. Alright, we're gonna make this what we're gonna do. This guy's gonna be A. This guy's gonna be B. The rest the other guy doesn't need a letter because he's an extra guy. He does some extra shit. He's extra like
Fair
me.
God. He's extra like Cedric Diggory. Kill this man!
That was rude.
Is that a pass without a trace sphere?
Is that a
Pass
Green thing?
No, that's Drix's thing, right?
Is that Drix's aura?
Yeah.
Regardless,
The maps are weird.
looking, kind of surprised. What's going on, Drix? It's actually going to, because it climbs up the wall and it literally makes it twist it, makes a corkscrew. It doesn't leave your range. It just walks up the wall, hangs from the ceiling, and then engages you to make room on the floor for its companion behind it.
How high are the ceilings?
This deck, they don't look very tall. This down here.
Well,
see.
Since it started its turn within my range, make a con save for him.
I will do it. Black. 20.
Halo.
Does it take any damage if it passes? Doesn't sound like it does.
Yeah, it doesn't know.
It's going to make a bite and 2 claw attacks at you. Come on. Finish rolling. An 18. Does that hit?
Nope.
No. Good job. A 22 and a 22.
22.
So the claws total for both claw attacks, you take 12 slashing damage. As it tries to bite you, is not able. You use your Githka. It's like alien style. You shove your Githka up and it chomps your Githka, but the claws kind of reach under and claw at your armpits. Randy, you're up.
Cool. I don't like that guy. He makes me mad, so I'm going to try to swing at him. I assume I can. He's on the ceiling, but I can also climb things if you need me to. I don't know if it could actually hold my weight, but in my headcanon, I could use my extra little arms to sort of scurry up things, similar to how I repair ships.
I think you could technically move into Drix's square and swing at it and then step out, because Drix is a friendly, not an enemy.
In a 3-dimensional space, if it has a 5-foot reach, he can be 1 square behind Drix and still hit it. It's within 5 feet. It's like a diagonal square.
I see what you're saying.
I have 10.
Do it, Randy.
Alright, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my swanky new weapon. That's cocked, but somehow it still rolled okay. 18.
It hits.
Cool. Give me all of the sneak attack damage, please. 17 points of damage.
Yeah, okay. Solid chunk of damage.
And then, you already know I'm going to swing again. Oh, that's a 12.
I hit the second time. It kind of shrieks away, hisses at you, and its rancid breath distracts you.
Cool. I don't even have to bonus action disengage. There's not much to hide behind, I assume, here.
Step outside the door.
Yeah, in the room in there, you might be some crates and stuff you could try to hide behind, but you'd have to leave. You have to leave its range to do so.
Which is fine.
You
I
swiped
hit it,
at it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
You have bonus action disengage too if you haven't used it.
Yeah, but I don't need it because of fancy footwork, so I'm probably just going to bonus action hide wherever I can hide. If I have to move a little bit, back outside the door, I will.
But so, I'll move you right here, behind some crates or something. Roll that and put it in your bubble. To hide. This particular beastie can't do anything. Zephyr, you're up. Echo, you're on deck.
Oh boy.
Jim's up.
I get to blast. Oh, I'm gonna blast. Let's see.
Let's move Zephyr here where he's looking through here. Yeah.
Can I see this one right here, or would I have to get in?
You'd probably have to get in the doorway right here. We're gonna move Drix to this little square right here.
Oh god, this is a cramped hallway. Is there any way I can?
It is.
Yeah, you can put your friendly creature space.
Yeah, and especially since it's on the ceiling, you're able to angle it up towards it instead of hitting Drix.
Okay. Because that's what we want. We're just gonna throw some Eldritch Blast, some vanilla content at it.
Yeah. I think we're in the butt. I think we're anything but vanilla. But
11 and 14.
Neither one of those.
Important to take it easy the first time.
You're doing your best not to hit Drix, and you're busy being too gentle. Not quite effective enough. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, let's see if I can shove it downwards. A 15.
How is that not intentional?
15 does not hit. I'm sorry, Zephyr.
Damn.
They're fairly well armored.
One
They're part of
Natural
their
armor?
stat blocks. This is Neogi Pirate. So they are. It's not natural armor. No, sir.
But pirates.
They're technically
Were they
wearing
correct?
breastplate according to the stat block. So they must.
I bet they do.
We're rounding all the bases today.
We are, man. Here we go. This guy. This is B, right? Does he have any range? Doesn't have any range. He's just gonna. Oh, he can't
You-
pass Strix either.
Me with the Hydra. If he enters Drix's range, he gets pops too.
He don't care about that. Well, I should say he doesn't know about that. So he's gonna run right up on Drix. So now there's like Neogi on the ceiling, Neogi on the ground. They're both like trying to get at Drix. Drix, roll your attack to pop it because it comes within your range. I'm gonna roll its attacks for trying to get you.
Drix,
You guys have created a funnel.
does Halo of Spores, is it like a passive reaction, or do you have to use your reaction?
Aura.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can use that. Yeah, it's a reaction.
Okay, I thought it was an aura, like a passive aura, but okay. Anyway, sorry.
Looks like it. The only thing I think that hits is another 22, which is its claw. So you take another 8 slashing damage when it rushes forward, and it acts like it wants to get past you, but you're standing in the doorway and it cannot. So it just settles for attacking you.
Hawk walking.
Yeah, Drix is being a good frontliner, holding the choke point. Echo, you're up. Drix, you're on deck.
You said 8.
Am I able to shoot?
8, yes,
past,
sir.
Alright.
You are able to shoot past Drix.
I will come right here. Bonus action, Echo behind the two Neogis.
I can
And
cast a
know
large
if you can
echo.
resize it.
Oh.
There you go. These are 5-foot squares, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
You don't believe all these ships are 5-foot squares instead of 10?
Wild.
I'll actually be about right here. Alright. Neogi on the ceiling. Sharpshooter.
Oh boy, here we go.
14 does not hit.
No, sir.
Same
That
thing,
works.
sharpshooter. Alright, 19
19?
I'm thinking
Yep.
hits.
Yes, sir.
Add 10 to this, so 20 total damage
The one on the
to
ceiling,
the
right?
ceiling.
Not looking great. This arrow like goes through it, like almost it goes through its lip and pins its bottom jaw to its neck. Not looking good for it. You hear it gurgling.
I will call that the end of my turn.
Oh my! This beastie can't do anything. Drix, you're up. Demos, you're on deck. You're cutting it out a little bit, friend.
No, I was saying I was just reading something up real quick. Alright, so that first Neogi, obviously, he's fucking getting it.
First one, like the one on the ceiling.
You know what? Yeah, I'll hit the one. Swing 25 into 17.
Roll damage for 1. Ten damage.
10?
While the one on the ceiling has had its jaw pinned to its neck, Strix, you reach up, and your Githka catches it. Your new Psy Warrior's Githka catches it right in the middle. You guys watch its spine break, and it falls down. I could adjust up the hallway a little more. You can roll damage again because you would get to make a second strike, and that hits. So roll your second damage on this one standing next to you. It's on the ground. That's 12, 11, 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
gosh. And so Drix gets a good wombo combo, kills one, follows up with another strike, and smacks the other one in the leg. One of his legs, anyway. Anything else, Drix?
Bonus action spiritual weapon on the remaining one. 16.
Yondu spear. Pew! That meets. Sorry, we saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on TV the other night.
Additional 6.
All right. So the Neogi's not looking great. This beastie can't do anything. Demos, you're up.
This is a meta question. That one in the room with the skull on it, is that supposed to be there, or is that a meta thing? Or is that just
It is supposed to be there. It's on initiative.
an initiative?
Mhm.
Is that what this
Just hasn't went yet.
That's the
I'm
one
just
I
asking
saw
what the
with
skull-
Cuckoo, right?
It
Yeah.
is the one. Yeah.
So it's supposed to have the skull that means something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I'm differentiating between the different types of Neogi.
5, 10. The one on the ceiling is dead, right? The one on the
Yes,
ground
sir.
is still there?
Yes,
I
sir.
thought the ceiling one was the one above him.
It was the one that's got the X on it.
In that case, I'm gonna move into Zephyr space with him for a second. That's an aura, so I don't want to pop that. I think I'm just gonna go with magic missile. Pop that with a wand. I'll say it has 20 plush-ish hit points. I'll do 4 charges. Do a total of 6. They all hit. They're all 1d6. Oh, excuse me, that's the charge. It's 1d4. That's 22 damage to that one.
Also not looking great. Covered in magical burns. You hear it. Scream in agony.
Why not? That'll be it for me.
Which one of you just wrote poop shoot on the map?
Yeah, that's me. Oh, I didn't write the poop shoot, but I drew.
Interesting. Yeah, boy. Interesting.
I'm gonna say that's Echo, just because Echo.
This guy gets to go. Alright. Can you do anything to help any of the shit that's going on here? Yeah, I fucking can. Rix? Can you see through Echo?
No, not unless I'm using the familiar thing, so technically no.
Man, I'm not even sure that you would see it, Drix. You all might get a glimpse of bright light. But that's probably about it.
Bright light from which direction?
Oh, for like coming out of this doorway right here. From inside of the
About a cadaver. And
Oh, wait a second.
I should have said that. I should have said that.
35. How many feet have you? How many feet? Yeah, you can make it from anywhere. 35. Okay.
That's to
Okay.
open a door? Maybe?
Interesting. Okay. I really double check just how far this goes, but it goes a long fucking way.
Teleport?
That it's not teleport. That bright light's not quite as bright as maybe it was about to be. Yeah. Okay.
Hillbilly cryptic.
Yeah.
That bright light ain't as bright as it should have been.
It ain't as bright as it might have been. There's some flashing going on in here. Now it is oh fuck. I lost my combat encounter. Now it is this guy's turn. He's dead, right? He's dead. Randy, you're up. Zephyr, you're on deck.
All right, I'll pop back to the door. You said there's bright light coming from this area?
Yes, sir. There was. Let me make sure it don't still exist. I think it goes away. It does go away after his turn.
Okay. I might be an idiot. We'll find out. I'll scoot up to between Drix, the Neogi, and the Echo. And I'm going to pop this Neogi once with Sui.
Circle came back to wonders from my mental health. I just want to share that with you.
16 hit.
16 meets. I realized that Dimension Door had to be a willing participant.
Oh, that's...
How about you die? 20 damage.
That's gonna do it.
Haha. Hey, guess what? This weapon...
What?
Oh, man. I have 2 attacks around anyway. I was finally going to get to proc it. May move up to half your movement speed and make 1 more attack with this katana, but there's no enemies I can see, right?
You could rush in there and see if you find one.
You know what? That's exactly the stupid thing I'm going to do. Use my little hand, bust this door open, see what I see on the other side.
Surprise! There is a Neogi apparently waiting in there for you guys. Squared up to the door, ready. It appears to be the only one that actually made it in here before you guys started down this hallway.
Okay. Question for you. Question for you. I get 2 attacks on my turn. I use 1 on that one. Would you rule that I get 2 more attacks because of the ability of the sword, or no?
No. You'd only add 1 additional. So what happens here is that you get your second attack from your extra attack. Mm-hmm. You get another attack as a reaction, right? Or no, as part of killing something.
Right.
So you get 2 more total.
That's what I was wondering, if I got 2 more total. Like my second attack plus, because I killed something, I can move up to half my movement and get another attack.
And get another one. Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to do that then. Well, I don't think that one hits. It's a 13.
No, sir. Let me check it, but no, sir. Pretty sure no. No, sir.
2 back-to-back 13s. Yikes. I don't think I'm going to do anything else, actually. I think I'm just going to stand here. Be like, hey, what up?
Jeffrey, you're up. Echo, you're on deck.
I think you said those were small?
They're medium-sized creatures.
Your hole.
Back to my previous statement, I roll back-to-back 3s. That's where the nat 20s earlier came into play.
Let's get it, Zephyr.
What for the bug up?
I'm you, Zephyr.
Hey.
Zephyr, I'm mute. I thought I seen her move his token.
I'm on it. I forgot. Sorry. I was like, I just want to blast it. Okay, can I see it through Randy here?
I'll allow it. I think technically I'm supposed to make shit harder for y'all shooting through people, but y'all are trained professionals.
A 23 and a 26 for 24 damage.
Solid.
And then we're gonna shove him because that's fun.
Randy, you watch as these Eldritch Blasts fly over your shoulders and just smack it. 8 damage plus the knockback. Blue.
Yeah, just knock it backwards. Yep.
Does the knockback give me a reaction or no?
No, sir.
Okay.
Because raw things that force you out of range do not trigger opportunity attacks.
Makes sense.
So that's 32 damage? This one seems to be 30 damage.
Same amount of health, even though it has a thing on it. I don't actually know what its thing was for.
32 doesn't kill it? The others have 20.
Mm-hmm. Those had 40-something health. Echo, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to try to do the same thing as Zephyr. Come here to the doorway, fire a couple of shots, if that'll work.
I love the imagery of you guys like SWAT team style, clearing rooms and going to the doors and just pop, pop, pop through the doorways.
I imagine more you ever see the dance line where there's the line of dancers and then
one moves out of the way.
But
I'm just laying on the ground at this point, alright, have your fun.
Sharpshooter. Does a 26 hit?
Hit. Randy heard the metal foot behind him and just hit the deck. 26 does hit.
Yeah.
For 19 damage. Still
That
alive?
All you needed.
Okay. Do I see any other
You do
targets? Making our way. I tell you what. I think I moved 5, 10, 15,
I'm just
20.
moving him to get him out of the way so y'all can see.
I'm going to put my echo right here and move another 10 feet here and kind of, I guess since we're in combat, I'll ready in action in case anything pops out of, we'll just say around the corner within range. If that's okay.
Okay, so same. Anything comes around the corner or comes through this doorway here, Echo, you are ready to blap blap.
No drawing.
We will. Echo, you are still holding your action to do that, but we are going to step out of initiative for a second because you don't see any enemies.
Amos would like to go check on Aaron. I should know his name by now.
Yeah.
He doesn't look great.
I'm gonna
blood pouring from his nose, blood pouring from both of his ears. His eyes are like, not only is some blood running out of his eyes, but like the whites of his eyes are very bloody. You can see blood around his lips. But when you guys show up to the door, he kind of coughs and chuckles a little bit. He says, "It's about time."
We came as fast as we could. Had to penetrate the back. I'm going to give him a superior healing potion.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Intellect Fortress on him. For the duration, you or one willing creature you can see has resistance to psychic damage, as well as advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. That is a 3rd level spell. I'll mark off that slot.
Well, as you begin to cast the spell, he holds up his hand. Too late now. They have the minimum for what they need. He coughs some more. Like I said, you see him coughing up blood. Well, I guess not coughing up blood anymore. You give him a healing potion. As he's mending, the magic is mending him. He says, I don't know that they'll be ready to go, right this moment, but they got the barest minimum for what they needed, and they can work from that. I think they were coming to kill me any moment.
Move to the rear.
He reaches. Oh, I see you're taking him with him. Okay. Says that as I like to imagine, one of you have to like snake an arm under him to like pick him up to help him move, and he's like, so, do you all have something I hope will help? And as you guys are kind of moving at half speed, sort of to like drag him out of there, help him out of there, you see as quite a number of Neogi come flooding from this direction. For those of you that haven't figured it out, the guy you saw earlier dimension doored into the other room and was going to run for help.
Rules is written, dimension door, you have to see the other point.
Oh, do you?
Regardless.
No, you don't?
Sure. Dimension door?
Fairly sure I'll triple it because that's one of the few things that can go through things. You tell torture, to any other spot within range. You arrive exactly at the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction. It got the fuck out and went for help. Oddly enough, you still don't see these guys. These guys. If y'all haven't figured it out yet. They don't fit in these fucking hallways, if y'all haven't figured it out yet. I've been wondering, since I read this, I was like, they have these guys on the ship. How the fuck do they move them around the ship? They can't fit in half the hallways. Thanks, Wizards of the Coast. Anyway. I thought he was going to grab Aaron and teleport in there, but he can't do that.
Can we relocate him to the back room? Do we have time for that?
Oh. My thought here is that, Echo, you could take your shot on one of them if you would like, but I thought maybe we would do a sort of either a skill challenge, or maybe we'll go back to combat, or if you guys want to try to bail before the crew gets to you, you are very welcome to attempt to do so. You can also try to turn around and deal with them in this little alleyway. That's all kind of up to y'all.
We've got to deal with the unknowable one before he gets all that information to where he needs to go. Also, Echo has a bow of fireball. Whatever that's worth. I didn't ask how big the hallway was.
I would say if I was DM, I didn't say I readied the fireball, but I would prefer to use the fireball if allowed.
I will allow. I like to think you got the arrow pulled back, and you see that there are many more than just one, and so you're like, fireball!
That little red crystal.
Yeah, I was about to say, you chant your Baba Yaga scary stuff.
Biggity, biggity.
Spoiler alert, your bow's going to be Baba Yaga's bow when it's finished. That'll be its name.
Boba Yaga.
Alright, so let's see. I guess I just cast the fireball.
Now I want Boba Tea.
That's the damage. That is going to be a 16 dex save.
Jesus.
Nice.
That's good damage, too.
Let me see if they're...
If it's Echo's bow, can it be Baba Yaga Yaga's Bobo?
Why?
Because there's an echo back
Yeah,
on
Please
the
tell me why. Sorry, keep burping. Damn, Echo. Okay. There are quite a few of them. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to roll all of those dexterity checks. You, for lack of a better term, bomb. This arrow flies over the shoulder of the first one, which gives you like a smug look like you missed it. But as the arrow lands where it's meant to land and explodes in a fireball, you deck almost this whole Neo-Gi crew with a fireball.
Beautiful.
Also, I think that big bug is in the radius because it moves around doors and walls. And the door's open from when he karate chopped earlier.
Oh, so you hear an Umber Hulk scream in the other
Or
room.
what?
An Umber Hulk.
Those are
what
not
they-
fun.
They're not fun. No.
CR.
No, they're not a big CR. They're just not fun the way they're written. They're not. They're
Yeah.
hard the way they're written.
Crazy.
There's more than one
Yeah,
in that
I
room.
am now.
Oh yeah, you torch them. Well, not Neo-Gi caviar. What would we call this? You braise. You torch. Was it when you make creme brulee? What's
Roasted?
it called? Roasted. Roasted's in the oven.
Flambe.
You flambe some Neo-Gi. There we go. And some of them
I
even
love
the
flambe.
younger ones / new crew members go down immediately. Some of the ones y'all were fighting were a little tougher than that, but you've put a vast majority of them in critical territory. You've killed some of them. You've put your group in a very good position to continue to retreat if you'd like.
Rex,
That's terrifying.
dinner is served.
I think Demos is over here like shuffling Aaron to Kenneth out of here like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Alright, Mantis. You have a decision. You can try to stay and fight, or you can get the fuck out of there.
I think we gotta stay and fight. We gotta take down the unknowable one. Hope he hasn't already transmitted the
No.
information.
We don't
He's
think
not on this
here.
ship.
I was about
the
to
noble
say,
one?
so they've been attacking them from a different ship mentally?
Something has. Whatever is talking to the unknowable one has been. You scryed enough on the inside of the ship, Demos. This is definitely not the ship the unknowable one is on.
I didn't know
This
that. Okay.
this ship is taking Aaron to him, but you gather that it got the barest amount of information it needed from him. He might have been useful if they had actually got him there. They could have got more information from him, but kind of the idea is that like it was psionically working on him to get what it needed. Now they have to figure out what to do with what they got.
As we exit, can I send Sriracha a message? Say, we're coming out hot from the butthole.
I was gonna say leave with Aaron and then just get the bombard to just blast the ship so that it doesn't follow us or report back. Like all three ships. just start,
Love it.
"Tick-a-doo, tick-a-tick-a-doo."
Well, the Nightspider shits you all out. Like bloop, one at a time, like fucking turds. Because y'all are
Like the
fucking
turds we are.
Indeed, like the turds y'all are. I am gonna reveal this whole map so y'all can see this pretty cool map.
Was there anything cool in the cells?
No, not really. I'm gonna reveal this map while I'm talking. I want y'all to see it. I think it's neat. Part of me is like, man, I worked so hard on this map. Part of me is like, holy shit, that was cool. I didn't know y'all would get to enter right there where the holding cells are, so that's my fault. Bloop! Now y'all can see this map. It was efficient. I like it. That's how it should be. Anyway, you guys are shit out like the turds you are.
Is this hexagon
And-
the helm?
That hexagon is a hole in the deck. So if you think of like this one here, I told you you're walking on the ceiling. This hole, yeah, that hole would take you up to this deck, which would flip you. Does that make sense when I say that? That's where the gravity plane is.
I got you. I was looking for the Spelljammer. What's this big red carpet?
Carpet. It's just the floor tile, like right here. Oh, that's open as well. Same thing. It's like where they load. It's how they get cargo to that bottom deck.
I see the other.
I'm assuming that's how these guys. I'm assuming that's how they move around through the ship. They have to go through these big holes because if you,
like on those two rooms.
yeah, because they couldn't fit here. I'm really trying not to trash Wizards of the Coast, but what a shitty choice to put in these fucking
Oh
ships.
no, let's absolutely trash Wizards of the Coast.
Like I thought the same thing when I first was prepping. I was like, they keep them like this square here. These 4 squares here are Umber Hulk holding pins. That's what they're for. Look at this shit. you tell me that they actually fucking thought about any of this shit when they made this book.
It's like 7.5 feet.
They didn't. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna stop now because we use D&D Beyond for a lot of things. But Jesus Christ, y'all, the Spelljammer book was terrible. Anyway, enjoy this map of the Nightspider. I think it's neat.
Splash Gordon would say, I think it sounds like we caught an orbital strike down on the ship, and then we're going to bail.
No. Not what Flash Gordon would say, but you guys do, as you're all ejecting yourself out of the jettison chute. You know, Aaron DeCannon looking at y'all like you're crazy because you're making your escape out the trash chute. Get
Wait, Han Solo did it.
Or out. As you guys, and you know, Sriracha is swooping in on the Merc. You guys kind of have to make the last little sprint there. There might be, like, some of them can do an Eldritch Blast type thing. So some of them that are, you guys might watch that little... You know, they wouldn't be up there anymore, I guess. Oh, we could do it anyway, though. So this little thing here, if you can't tell, it opens. Oh, they couldn't get there anyway. Interesting. So I was going to say, towards the end of your sprint, there might be some Eldritch Blast or something that come at you guys. Y'all are pretty far away as you... hobble him back to the ship, get loaded back on the Motley Merc, and blast off. And it's only a couple of minutes later, as you're boarding the ship, Sriracha, he says, I've taken the liberty of alerting A1 to fire at will. And so it's almost danger close. You guys are blasting off as you see in the distance the bombard turned towards this asteroid, and then boom! You watch as the Starbreaker fires off a brief. It almost looks like a laser. You know, it's not made to be a cannon. So it's almost like the scene in the new Star Wars movie where the guy, spoiler alert, where the guy hyper jumps through another ship. Yeah, it looks like that. Big long line just passes straight through the ship and cuts it in half. You watch the small, soundless explosions begin to rock throughout the ship. Achievement for blowing up the ship.
You saying we Independence Date them?
I don't know what I was expecting from this encounter, but I wasn't expecting stealthing in, killing a small portion of the crew, and then escaping.
Yeah, that was very but I'm gonna be honest, that was very neat.
And, Devin, one session left now? How much time did we cut out?
I think the last combat could take 2 sessions, so now we're like 2 or less. I was about to say, I'm actually kind of pleased with that like, we didn't have to spend a whole, like, 3/4 of a session next session finishing this ship. So we're going to go to the big fight next session. The finale fight next session. That finale fight might take 2 sessions, but we'll see.
The moral of the story, always go to the back door.
Or we stop. When they get on the ship, you know, Aaron had mentioned it's all up to you guys. He takes out of his robe. He says, been holding on to this for something important. And he presses into one of your hands. I'm sure you're all familiar with like a little cast iron skillet that you would make eggs or a cookie in, the little ones. You know, maybe about that big. 'Cause I know it doesn't look like much, but it's it'll be useful, I promise. Use it before you... Yes, make sure you use it before you get to wherever the fuck they were taking me.
Did you just make a hero's feast?
Yeah, it's a skillet of feasting.
That!
Skillet of feasting is what I've called it.
That's fantastic.
It casts hero's feast.
Man, can we take some of that gnocchi with us and make our flambe gnocchi?
100%.
Flambe gnocchi.
I'm putting off flambe!
Okay. Sorry, I'm literally just stalling so that I make it to the end of notes and don't stop early.
Say Drake's is like leaving the ship, dragging one of the giant Neogi claws with him.
I'm honestly sad. That
An Umberhold claw? Just...
Part of me wanted to clear the ship and then just steal it, but it's dead.
I thought of that too, but yeah. There's a bunch of shit coming for us. It would have been a bit of a brawl.
Would have been a little bit.
As Mantis, it makes sense that we'd have a spider.
And I mean, the thing is, the foot race is over because we got to the target. So like, we could have just done whatever we wanted to at this point. But I do appreciate that we could do it the way we did because it was totally unexpected.
We are the multi-astral network of tracking infiltration. It's a
It's true. Y'all did get him back, so now when you send him back to Sly, you guys will get Mantis to yourselves. You'll be free of your little contract. Yeah.
He's just on the other ship too. I can pop him over there.
While we're running away,
Yeah.
I feed him a Dazzle bullet. I'm like, hey, keep this in your stomach, so I can track
Put
you
it in
later.
his pocket. You don't gotta eat it.
No, they gotta eat it. That's the way I understand how the rules work. I don't know any better.
Once we're out of range too, I'll pop a couple of heals on him. Once we realize.
So y'all patch him up a little bit while he's giving y'all the skillet of feasting. I forgot to mention, like it's like covered in runes, kind of like every inch of it's have runes carved in it.
You're gonna join us for this feast, right? You deserve it.
Hell, fucking no. I want to get the fuck out of here. Do any of y'all know how to teleport?
We've got the capability.
We have the technology.
So, do we send the whole ship back? Because I have the actual Stargate. I can send a whole ship back. I can't send individuals back. Sly has to.
Yeah. I was about to say, you could alert Sly. The problem with Sly teleporting is that he might miss if he doesn't land on the ship. It could be bad.
On the ship?
Yeah, so like he can teleport back to a circle just fine, but there are no circles on the ship, so like he could miss.
I was sending him to Eberron. I thought they were going back all the way up.
But how are you gonna send him without teleport?
I'm saying he uses teleport to go to a circle. Surely the eyes of Undare have.
Well, didn't we
But
determine
Sly
that
didn't come with you guys.
He's on a different ship. I know.
But he didn't come with you guys. Period. He's on Eberron.
I thought he came with us.
He did.
He came with you guys.
No, you told us Sly did too. I'm almost certain, dude.
That's very
You were
positive.
talking about
Maybe
Sly
it was a
earlier.
Freudian slip, but yeah, during the feast,
Also-
you did say Sly.
Yeah, during.
Also, he was there a couple episodes
Beast.
ago.
Party.
Because you told us that he was impressed with how we took out the sharks. He was on
No.
that ship. Go to that
He
other
was
map.
on the
that he's
ship.
there.
He did help with the sharks. That's true.
During the trip, I think the idea was that somebody was making a teleportation circle in Manus HQ, and how long was it supposed to take? Was it about
A
100
year.
minutes?
Yeah, it was
Oh, I
a
thought it
year
was
or
100
more.
days.
No, because we figured out that it had to be every day for a year. It's part of the spell.
Okay.
So it's not quite done. You are right. I think over the break I was like, Sly wouldn't go. He's got too much shit to do.
If you go back to the other map, I'm pretty sure he's not there.
He was. He helped kill a thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he can teleport back with him. Okay. We'll go ahead and do that so that you guys, man, yeah, I'll keep narrating. All this shit I need to hear at the end of recording. I guess listen to the end anyway. Anyway, Sly, like, when you get back, when the ship is destroyed and you guys all convene on the bombard, he helps you heal Aaron. He kind of nods approvingly when he gives y'all the skillet of feasting, and then he will take out the contract y'all are familiar with and tear it into pieces. You guys can feel immediately. Any of you, like Drix, where your tattoo was around your arm, fades and goes away. You guys, even those of you where you can't see the tattoo, you feel the magical binding kind of melt away. A contract you've been released from. And then Sly produces a few more documents. You guys have a small amount of paperwork to sign, but you guys can see while you're signing it, there is already signatures on it. Well, that's not true. You see the signature for the head of the Royal Eyes. You see the signature for like the head of the Dark Lanterns. You see at least 2 or 3 more signatures from other nations, other espionage organizations. And as you guys are signing this document that identifies or gives you guys credence, the word left me really, to be a practicing espionage organization. You gather there are a handful of countries you couldn't operate legally in, like Dargun would be one. It's a country made mostly of goblins, bugbears, things like that. But for most first world countries, you guys are legally an espionage organization outside of, any of the ones affiliated with the country.
So maybe we could do whatever we want with no repercussions. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sounds like it.
Sort of.
Yeah.
You definitely don't have to answer to the Royal Eyes if you commit terrorist acts or fuck something up.
All in the name of personal protections, right?
Sly just happy to have him back.
I will ask Sly what his plan is. Is he gonna follow us to the rest of the way, or is he going to go now?
No, I'm afraid not, partner. I'm gonna take Mr. Aaron back to Undead immediately, and triple the protection around him. It's my hope that you all, or perhaps Kay, come back soon and report that the threat has been neutralized.
I will ask Sybil, Vera, and Bree if they want to go back now, or if they want to wait till we get back to the fucking rim.
So Bree is like determined to go with you guys through the storm. She wants to see the astral sea that Zephyr's talked about. Vera would ask if you're planning on sending a ship back. If you affirm that, she says she will stay until you send that ship back. I would imagine most of the rest of your crew would stay until you broke through. You know, most of them plan to go back, like Sai, maybe not Cosmo. I think he's along for the ride. Maybe not Sybil, but Marcus, Thora, and possibly Vera are all going to go back when you send a ship back.
My assumption was that we were going to break the storm with the Bombard, and then the other ships would just be a safe distance away. So whatever happened, it was mostly just us that went through.
Mm-hmm. Demos can send a ship like straight back to Eberron.
That is kind of a thing about with the Astral Stargate. We will have to be on this side, so we'll have to send them before we go through. I think, unless it just breaks the storm and we're just on the other side of it.
Don't spoil it.
I guess we can do that.
Be able to see the ship, right?
Oh,
so do you open a gate, or do you cast it on the object?
It's called Astral Stargate.
It is called Astral Stargate, but I believe you have to either be on the ship or be able to see the ship.
Round a Spelljammer of their choosing and transport the Spelljammer along with anybody on it to a wild space location of the caster's choosing they have been to.
Okay.
So, assuming you have two uses of that, I guess it could be keep a safe distance, we try to break the storm, and then as long as we don't immediately get poofed somewhere, you cast it.
There is a range of 120.
That's still a pretty
see it.
safe distance, I think.
Who knows? Find out next week. Or maybe the week after on Spelljammer 998.